Let's get nasty on a Monday. It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. 202, your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. Cardinals just finished an 11-game road trip.
Yeah.
And Sunday in Philadelphia was set up to be the kind of win that could make everybody feel a heck of a lot better. Maybe not good, but a heck of a lot better about a brutal stretch. They led the Phillies 4-0 heading into the ninth inning. They had their all-star closer on the hill.
2 outs.
2 outs.
Get her done, fellas.
Let's go.
Kyle Leahy gave him 4 scoreless innings. He was limited to 63 pitches as the Cardinals continue to protect his workload. Offense jumped on Philadelphia starter Christopher Sanchez early. Another all-star, by the way. With an aggressive approach, they wind up getting 4. Alec Burleson drives in 2 runs. The bullpen pitches 4 scoreless innings. And then Riley O'Brien enters the game in the ninth inning, 4-run lead. Already converted 33 of 38 save opportunities. As Jamie noted, he gets the first 2 outs. Then everything collapses. Bryce Harper doubles. O'Brien got the 2 outs, couldn't finish the inning, though, because JT Realmuto singled. Justin Crawford walked. Edmundo Sosa, old friend, loves playing the Cardinals.
He does.
Cleared the bases. Brian De La Cruz ties the game, and then Kyle Schwarber ends it. 459-foot, 2-run
It was high in
walk-off.
the
Deepest
zone,
part
too.
of the field you could find.
He put it over the tree.
He just sat there and watched it like, look at me.
Yeah, he mired that one a little. So the Cardinals didn't simply lose. They went from 4 outs away from feeling good about themselves, getting on a plane, to wondering what the hell just happened.
Life happened.
Baseball.
Baseball happened. You got. We were talking about it. You all were talking about it in the office. It might be fatigue starting to creep in. Bullpen tired. You're starting to get some of your starting pitchers dealing with some injuries. Going to miss some time. I don't think it's run its course, but you are a few outs away from winning that series 2-1. Like you could have won game 1. You should have won game 3. You got smoked in game 2. That happens. But 1 and 3 opportunities to win both of those games, and you just don't take care of business. And that's unfortunate. It's frustrating as all get out, but it's baseball, and that's kind of how it goes at times.
Boys, Alec Burleson and Jordan Walker closing in on 100 RBI for the year, both of them. Tied right now, I believe. Kyle Leahy has a chance to make Cardinals history in his next start by tying Adam Wainwright with another game of under two runs or less. What the hell is wrong with you guys?
No, I mean, they're playing
What are
well,
you
man.
focusing on all this other crap for? We were supposed to be terrible, and now we've got at least 3 things to be happy about. 4, J.J. Weatherholt could be Rookie of the Year. I'm ashamed of you guys,
Probably not,
at least for a
probably
couple
not
of days,
anymore.
and
Probably
this
won't
is
be.
the crap that happens.
Hey, man.
Unbelievable.
Positive Jamie came back from the lake. Better than non-existent Jamie who sat here for 3 hours one day after he was at the lake.
Oh, yeah, I remember
I
that.
had a real positive time at the lake, okay?
His body was here. Not much else.
That was a little different trip. This one was with the kids.
Yeah.
A little different.
There are
Little
things. There are things to be excited about. There are things that you can look at and say, "Man, this team is fun to watch." Baez got himself another home run, thanks to thank you, Joshua.
What is it?
Appreciate
2
that.
for 33 now?
Man, don't worry about it.
I'm just checking.
He hitting the
Hit
ball
home
hard,
run.
man.
I'm just checking my
Marsh
scorecard.
is happy about that.
Carey, on my scorecard.
I had Baez.
Yeah,
Like I said, Carey's happy
Yeah,
about that.
very happy.
The scorecard. Yeah.
I mean, hell, what do you want, man? Like, it's baseball. I was a bit frustrated. I thought Fermin should have caught that ball in center field on Friday. But then I thought about it. Hell, man, the center fielder dropped it in Cincinnati. You win 1, you lose 1. What do you?
Well, just ask Tommy Pham about that.
Yeah.
Well, that was
Hey, they were going back and forth. That was interesting.
that was frustrating too, because Fermin, I know he has played in the outfield. He's not a center fielder, and he has to go to center because Pereira gets hurt, so he goes from third to center field. This is a roster problem. And, I mean, really, I know, Jamie, you're being somewhat facetious.
What are you talking about?
But they weren't. I got a question on here that we can dive into just a little bit right now, and we can revisit it.
Oh, okay.
My question is, are the Cardinals a playoff team or a team trying to make the playoffs? And this weekend put it in perspective for me that those are two different things. When you're a playoff team, you're built to withstand injuries. You've got enough depth. Injuries are going to pop up over a course of 162 games, but you're prepared. You're a playoff team. I think the Cardinals fall into the latter category. I think the Cardinals are a team trying to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And the distinction is your margin for error is razor thin. You weren't expected to be a contender. And now we've reached a point of the season where this team looks completely out of gas. It wasn't the bullpen that blew the game yesterday. The bullpen did its job. Unfortunately, your all-star closer had a really rough day. He has been great more times than he has been bad like yesterday. But you're running out of gas. You have to move Pham into center field on Friday night. He's not a prototypical center fielder. Does not come up with that ball. That's a team trying desperately just to hang on or get into or stay in the playoff mix as opposed to being an actual playoff team. They're not built to be a playoff team. Unfortunately, not this year.
Well, and they weren't supposed to be.
Exactly.
So this whole disappointment of whether they're a playoff team or a team trying to make the playoffs, they weren't even supposed to sniff anything called playoffs this year. I think Vegas had them at 65 wins or something like that, or 65 and a half probably. So, yeah, you're right. They're not. We got excited as a fan base because who doesn't love the underdog story? A team that was just pillaged, get rid of all the old players who are, by the way, gone on to have pretty good seasons. Good for them.
Sure.
It wasn't working here, but good for them. And you were left with a bunch of youth and question marks. And you wanted to make sure that you wanted to see the development of the youth and then get answers to the question marks. I think for the most part, the Cardinals have done both of those things. Like, what's left really that you don't understand? Like, if it's, the rotation, that means you don't have enough, right? You got to go get more. Got to find another good young player or keep developing from within, if that's what your question. The bullpen stank. Okay. Bullpen can be addressed easily in the summertime. And then guess what? There's no guarantee on that either. You might go out there and get 3 or 4 bullpen arms that you are pretty damn happy about until they pitch.
Right.
And you go, what is this? Just an off year for him. Yeah. Happens. It does.
When too many players have off years,
it's bad.
It's bad.
It's bad. It's what it kind of looked like this year.
Last year for the Blues. I mean, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Too many players had down years.
Yep.
And you got to the point where you missed playoffs.
So I think the fact that the Cardinals are still, in theory, on the outside, just bubbling for the playoff spot is fantastic. And again, I was being kind of a smart ass earlier, but I'm really not. When you take a step back and just kind of look at it, Jordan Walker is going to get 100 RBI this year. Who the hell saw that coming? I know Alec Burleson, nobody saw that coming either. I know, Carey did, of course. You cut him in the offseason, too.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you turned your back on him.
Nah.
We saw it. It happened. We saw it.
Held on.
Barely.
Rest of you all
One
jumped
fingertip.
off.
One fingertip. And you wanted to let go.
No, I
could
didn't.
see it in your eyes.
No, I didn't.
Either way, you've got a couple of things that you can identify now as part of your team that are pillars. And I think Mason Wynn, J.J. Weatherholt, those are pillars defensively up the middle of the field. Burley's a great first baseman. Your outfield's a bit of a disaster still between center field and left field. Don't really know that. So, again, those are more question marks. You got 27 catchers. Maybe one of those guys can go play in the outfield.
Well, maybe you just get outfielders, you know?
No, that's not the Cardinal way.
My bad.
What's wrong with you?
What do you guys think about everybody blaming Ollie Marmol for all the losses
That's
this
his fault
weekend?
completely. None of those wins are anything to do with Ollie, only the losses.
Well, they didn't win it all this weekend.
No, I mean for the season.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
I think, again, we talked about hindsight being 20/20 last week. Like, if you're going to complain about when things don't work out, say it before it happens. Like, know that that's going to happen and speak on it because you don't like the idea of it. I don't know what direction you want Ollie Marmol to turn.
What the hell's he supposed to do?
Well, I mean, your bullpen has got to be gassed at this point. your starting rotation, you're now down 2 pitchers, actually 3 because you traded 1 away in Dustin May. You brought guys up. Quinn Matthews didn't perform. I mean, him and Bryce Harper had a day. He performed well against Bryce. Everybody else, not so much. He even said it. Like, you can only get 1 batter out of 9 out. Probably not a great day for you.
How about too? As soon as they take out Quinn Matthews, he smokes one.
So there is really, you have a game plan coming in. Like Mike Tyson said, everybody got a plan until they get punched in the face. And the Cardinals got punched in the face multiple times this weekend. You went in with a game plan. It didn't work out. Pereira possibly broke his hand, so you had to bring in Pham for him. You saw the ball drop in center field. Probably doesn't drop if Pereira is in the outfield. Hunter Dobbins gets hurt. You already got Palante injured. Your bullpen is gassed. You're in the final stretch of the season, and you're trying your best to make it to a playoff, but you're a team that was not even supposed to be in this situation to begin with. So essentially you're playing with house money. Some people might not like that analogy, but it really is what it is. This is where they are. They are a fatigued team. You're starting to see the wear and tear start to happen, especially on the pitchers. Mm-hmm. And what are you going to do about it?
I read somebody say, well, he shouldn't have limited Kyle Leahy to 63 pitches. Then you would have had more. Guys, it still would have played out the same way. Let's say Kyle Leahy pitches, I don't know, another inning or another inning and a half.
8 scoreless.
You're still
going to Riley.
You're still going to Riley in the 9th. Yeah, you could have said, well, you may have had more options as soon as he got into trouble, but you're probably sticking with him anyways.
He hadn't pitched since Thursday.
Exactly. He was coming into the game no matter what. So whether it was Leahy followed by 4 relievers or Leahy followed by 2 relievers, you're still going to Leahy, or you're still going to O'Brien in the 9th inning, up 4-0.
Yeah,
so it probably plays out the exact same way.
One thing the fan base doesn't have information on, or we are all not privy to, is what the front office, the manager, the pitching coach, the development staff, and the sports science crew are saying about all of this. Mm-hmm. And we don't know how Kyle Leahy feels. He's probably pretty tired. Although he seems like a pretty stand-up dude. He's probably like, yeah, just give me the ball. I'll go out there. But what would it be for the Cardinals now? You have discovered Kyle Leahy. This could be your number 1 guy next year. And then you blow out his arm because should have pitched him 2 more innings in a non-playoff year. Mm-hmm. Like, what are you doing? Right. That's where you got to take off your beer helmet and realize that there's bigger things here right now.
Sounds like a good time.
I'll keep the beer helmet on too, but then when I come out of that trance, I got to realize that Ollie Marmol's not just managing baseball games. He's managing already into next season. He's managing into the off season. He's managing for 2 years from now, not 2 weeks from now.
I don't know why we just can't be mad at the players for not executing.
But we can.
Like, what are we doing? You had a 4-run lead. Mm-hmm. You had 2 outs. Yeah. You just need 1 out.
1 out.
You need 1 out. Matthew Liberatore, earlier in the week, don't throw a fastball to the guy that's probably going to win the Rookie of the Year now in Sal Stewart, right down the middle.
Yeah. Execute.
Execute. Joshua Baez hits a home run on Friday. Don't give those runs back. Jordan Walker hits a home run, takes the lead. Don't give those runs back.
Right. You had all the momentum. When Walker hit his home run, you had all the momentum. Figure it out. But you're right, Marsh. So, does Ollie Marmol make mistakes? Yes, absolutely.
I think people can be frustrated. I'm frustrated. That was an embarrassing weekend. But I think you're misguided. I think the anger needs to go somewhere else. It needs to go to the players. Or just be disappointed because you started to get your hopes up, as most of us did. You started to get your hopes up that the Cardinals were going to make the playoffs. Now sitting 5.5 games back of the last wild card spot, it doesn't look good. So you're pissed off. You're frustrated. You've invested a lot of time, got their hopes up. Now your expectations are crashing down. But just to blame one guy for that it doesn't make any sense. By the way, Kyle Leahy being held to 63 pitches, that's an organizational decision. It's not just Ollie Marmol. I'm sure he's in the heat of battle. He probably thinks, all right, let's just keep throwing him. But they made a decision as an organization to give him an opportunity to be a starter. This comes with that, guys. All right, it's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. The 2026 BMW Championship was held last week at Belle Reef Country Club over the weekend. St. Louis set a new overall and single-day attendance record for the tournament. So we're going to pump this city's tires next on 101 ESPN.
The 2026 BMW Championship at Belle Reve Country Club in St. Louis last weekend set a new overall and single-day attendance record for the tournament. Over 155,000 spectators attended the week-long event, breaking the previous overall BMW Championship record. Here's Wyndham Clark, professional golfer, who won, obviously, over the weekend and addressed what the crowd brought to the tournament. This audio is from KSDK.
I mean, St. Louis is a huge sports town. I've been a Cardinals fan most of my life, and, you know, they're one of the best fan bases for baseball, and I know for hockey they do a great job, and obviously when they had the Rams, same thing. And so for them to support golf as well, I knew that was going to happen, and, you know, they said it was record-breaking attendance for the event, which is not a shocker, and it was really exciting today. I mean, every hole was lined with people, and, you know, obviously Rory's a fan favorite, but I still got a lot of cheers, and, you know, it created a fun atmosphere. And for us, that's the most fun, when you're competing to win a championship, and there's huge crowds and the extra energy that they bring. So it was awesome.
So, one, I didn't know he was a lifelong Cardinals fan. Apparently, his godfather attended dental school in St. Louis and introduced him to the team. So that's because he's from Denver, Colorado. So I didn't know what the connection was. But again, apparently he grew up a Cardinals fan because of his godfather. So that's really cool. None of this surprises me, guys, at all. We all saw what St. Louis did with the PGA Championship 2018. We saw the crowd. I think BK put it perfectly. I was driving in today, and BK said, St. Louis is an event city. If the event is strong enough, St. Louis will support it. Mm-hmm. And we have seen that time and time again. So whether it was the BMW Championship like over the weekend, the PGA Championship years back, we took the kids, Chris and I took the kids to the Banana Ball on Saturday. I know a lot of friends did it Friday night, too.
How was that? Did
it was
you like
fun. It was a lot of fun, and we can get into that a little bit later, because I know some people are like, that's not real baseball. Of course it's not.
Fun police, get out of here.
Globetrotters aren't the NBA either.
It's real basketball. It's real baseball.
We'll get to that.
Did the Bananas blow a lead in that game?
They did.
Oh, come on, man.
They did, but they won. They came back and won.
Oh. Come on, man.
No.
Come on now.
I'm sorry.
They did, but they won. St. Louis is going to show up. The numbers do not surprise me at all. So whether it is a Final Four or a big-time event, college or pro, St. Louis shows up in droves. I think, again, none of this surprise. And they should. Yeah. This is a great sports city. So I'm not going to go on and on and on about how St. Louis showed up. They should. It's the BMW Championship. I think it's fantastic. And everybody who went had a great time. I'm more proud of the city not acting like idiots. And I don't expect them to, but how many times do we see like the fights and stuff like that on social media and all that?
Yeah,
I think this city represented itself very well over the weekend, and again, I'm not surprised.
I think St. Louis gets it, man.
Mm-hmm.
I just do. I've been here for a really long time now, and I just feel like St. Louis sports fans, they understand the assignment. Like, do you get super rowdy at an NFL game? Yeah, you get loud. When the other team's on offense, you get loud. You make it crazy. And at one point, that dome, as much as we make fun of it sometimes, that was a really tough place for the opposition to play. Mm-hmm. When the greatest show on turf was in there and they were filling that place, it was loud. We talk about soccer. Not everybody's a huge soccer fan. Not everybody has gotten into City SC yet. That's fine. But they're selling out that park. Yep. They're doing a good job of showing up and representing. So to see something like the BMW Championship just be represented very well, and the etiquette to be adhered to, and fans cheering the way they should and doing it the right way, it doesn't surprise me. You go back to the Blue Stanley Cup parade. If there was ever a time where things could have gotten a little explosive, is the very first time in franchise history your team wins a Stanley Cup, and people had been drinking for days straight before the parade.
Yes, mostly the players, but the
players,
fans.
trust me, a lot of the people who were down there too they weren't seeing straight, but they're having a great time. I remember talking to a bunch of the police officers from the city, and they said, we had a couple of just a couple of guys, a couple people had a little too much to drink, but no troublemakers.
Yeah,
no rioting, no tipping cars, no lighting things on fire, like none of that craziness. So yeah, I always feel like no matter what the event is in St. Louis, it's going to be well represented by the fan base.
Yeah, we have great fans that show up for things. I mean, we know that based on a football team that didn't win any games. People still showed up. People were excited to be a part of it. They were there. And I think anytime, like you said, Anthony, events, people want to be a part of it. Specifically something that's not here all of the time. You want to see some of the greatest players to play the game in whatever sport it is. I think people always show up and have excitement for that, which I think also will lead to other sports having success here. NBA, I think, would have success here. You got other teams that are coming in, whether your team is good or not. I'm sure when LeBron James would come into town, if he were still playing, or when Steph Curry or whatever high-level NBA player is at that time, people will show up and have a great time because St. Louis fans love sports, no matter what sport it is.
I wonder if there's somewhat of a chip on our shoulder, though, because of what Stan Kroenke said on his way out the door. I feel like there's a huge that even if people don't actively think about it, I wonder if it's subconsciously there.
But people were showing up before that, though, Marshy.
For sure.
You go back in the history of sports in St. Louis, people were showing up. Like you had the St. Louis Ambush playing out of the old arena, indoor soccer, and they were selling out those games. And not that you shouldn't go to those games, but it's not really something that a lot of people are familiar with. So, I think you're absolutely right. I think there is a part of the fan base that does have a little chip on their shoulder. But I think overall, they probably would have showed up anyway.
Yeah, I agree. I think that like you said, Jamie, the city understands it. They understand the assignment, and they have fun. They have fun when an event rolls into town like this. People want to be a part of it. They understand that it doesn't happen that much, and they take advantage of it. And they make sure. And when I say take advantage of it, I mean they take advantage of the opportunity to go, support, have fun. And just like after the PGA Championship, the golfers and the people with the PGA raved about the venue and the city. And when that happens, you get more events. So I think that's a key.
And let's not mistake the fact that St. Louis is a big golf community here. There are some fantastic golf courses within our city limits, and a lot of people golf. They hit the links every day, certainly on weekends. So there's a deep deep crowd of people that love golf.
No doubt. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Is Robert Thomas a top 20 center in the NHL? We'll get into that next on 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Phillies sweep the Cardinals over the weekend in Philadelphia. The Cardinals had a 4-0 lead in the bottom of the ninth inning, and the Phillies come back to win 6-4 the final. The Cardinals have today off, but will take on the Baltimore Orioles tomorrow, 6:45 at Busch Stadium. The Cardinals are currently 5.5 games back of the San Diego Padres for that final wild card spot. If you have missed anything from today's show, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page and you'll find all of our shows there. And it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Is Robert Thomas a top 20 center in the NHL? Now, Marsh, I know you found an posting where you were looking at kind of similar to the goaltending rankings. So before we get Jamie's thoughts on it, what was your findings?
So this is from NHL Network. They put out there, the NHL, they do their top X amount of whatever position it is. Well, they came out with the top 20 centers right now in the NHL. And when I saw this yesterday, or this morning, whenever I saw it, I was like, oh, Robert Thomas is for sure on this list, right? Maybe 15 to 20, somewhere in that range. No, that is not the case. Now, there are some really good players on this
top
list.
Top 5?
No, Anthony, he's not even on the list.
Jeez.
Connor Bedard is on the list. There's some, don't get me wrong, there are some really good center icemen on this list, but I feel as if Robert Thomas should at least be in this top 20. What say you, Jamie?
It's a tough one to crack. I'm just looking at a lot of different factors here, and I don't know what the criteria is that the NHL and their tweet machine used to get to what they would call their top 20 center icemen. And Connor Bedard, for me, that's a loose one, too, because he plays a lot of wing and center. He's only at his highest point total, 75. I think they're looking at, maybe his youth. As far as just the scoring alone, points for centerman, Robert Thomas was 31st in the NHL. That's probably going to keep you out of the top 20 when it comes to top 20 center icemen. Now, if we expand that a little bit and we start talking about, maybe intangibles, you still have a tough one there. You got Connor McDavid, Nathan McKinnon, Macklin Celebrini, Mark Scheifele, Suzuki, Draisaitl. Like, these are all number one players on their teams for the most part. Jack Eichel, Braden Point, Jack Hughes, Sebastian Aho, Tim Stützle, Tage Thompson. Like, the list goes on and on and on.
Some good players on that list.
Some really good players. And it's not just point getters. Ryan O'Reilly is also a part of one of these lists as well. And Alexander Barkov, who doesn't always have the point total, but damn well he's one of the best center icemen in the league. He's one of the best defensive players in all of hockey. So it's a tough list to crack. I think that it's great for Robert Thomas to maybe have goals and aspirations to get into that top 20. I think he can. I think he's got a good all-around game, but you got to remember the last 2 seasons, what's really hurt Robert Thomas is inconsistency. 2 starts of the seasons were average at best, and then he had some injuries. And then for a short window of time, which would have been like 25, maybe 30 games, he turned it on. So if you're looking at the body of work, you're like, okay, I like my centerman to play 82, now 84 games.
Sure.
As far as consistency is concerned. And he's yet to eclipse the 85-point mark. A lot of these guys, even if they didn't get to that mark last year, have gotten there and beyond in the past. So I think that there's work to do there. But you also have to look at some of these guys and their teammates or their line mates. Connor McDavid, he's had a plethora of really good players around him. Now, does he make them very good as well? Yeah. But Zach Hyman, I don't think anybody would put him in the list of top guys in the NHL. But here he was at, 40, 50 goals 2 years ago because playing with Connor McDavid.
Mm-hmm.
You got a guy who could find the back of the net 40 times on your line for you if you're a playmaker. Robert Thomas hasn't had that.
Yeah.
Even the year where Jordan Kyrou had 37 goals, it wasn't a full-time winger for him. It just didn't seem to mesh very well. Leon Draisaitl, we talked about him. Nathan McKinnon's had Landeskog. He's had Rantanen. Now he's got Natchez on the wing. He's got lots of pieces around him, too, along with Cale Makar on defense, who is a point machine on the power play. The power play for the Blues has not been good for 2 years in a row. Mm-hmm. That hurts a guy like Robert Thomas. The penalty kill has not been good. That also hurts a guy like Robert Thomas because for the all-around game, it doesn't bode well for his analytics. So I think this is where he's having that little bit of a roadblock.
Is it weird, and maybe it's not, but is it weird that he's not in the top 20 among NHL centers, but he's among the top 50 in NHL players? In fact, he's 32 on NHL Network's list. So he's not in the top 20 in centers, but he's number 32 overall in terms of overall players in the NHL.
Is it the NHL Network? Both polls are the same here?
Yep.
I don't know. Again, I don't know the criteria.
Those other guys, the top 20 and the top 32, I would assume.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned Zach Hyman. If Zach Hyman played with Robert Thomas, would he be a 50-goal scorer?
Oh, I don't know about that. It's pretty tough because the Oilers' power play was so damn good.
Got you. So some of those goals were power play
He
goals.
stands in front of the net and just deflects them in.
Okay.
Well, I had like a guy like that.
Yeah, I would love a guy like that.
You mentioned the power play, though. Guess where Robert Thomas ranked this past season in terms of center iceman in power play points?
Ooh,
20th.
I don't think it was good.
What's your guess, Jamie?
Oh, 50th.
And out of
Just centers this past year.
Just centers?
Just centers this year.
Probably 40th.
32nd.
Oh, man.
You should have went with your first answer. 54th.
Oh,
54th
sweet.
in terms of center iceman power play points. He had 14.
That's terrible.
That's not good.
It's not good, but it's not all on him.
Well, you also can't, to your point, Jamie, you can't rack up a bunch of power play points if you're not on the ice, and he's missed some time.
Well, and you talk about some goal scorers that, it's like a quarterback sometimes. You got a good quarterback, but you got no receivers. Quarterback can't pass to himself.
Giselle will tell you that.
Well, on the power play,
pissed at
Robert
guys.
Thomas can't pass it to Robert Thomas to score a goal.
I mean, he could do like a bank pass or something.
Okay, guys. I see where this is going. You know what?
Okay,
You're
all
right,
right.
guys.
Yeah.
He should be doing everything himself. He should shoot that puck, lob it, skate to the front of the net, and deflect it.
I mean,
Blindfolded,
The best
no less.
ones do, Jamie.
No,
What are you
they
talking
really
about?
don't.
Yeah, they do.
No.
I won't argue with you. You never
So-
played.
Although I
What do
did
you
play
know?
center. Did play center.
What do you know, Jamie?
Never played hockey before. What do you know?
Look, these lists, again, are subjective to whatever their criteria is. They don't ever, well, in those particular little posts, they don't post what the criteria is. Not like they have a big breakdown
Right.
of what they're looking at.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a popularity contest, too. If you play in a bigger market or a big Canadian market, you might get the nod over someone who plays in a mid-market or even like a Carolina, like the Hurricanes. A lot of times they don't get a lot of respect in a lot of ways. So.
Well, they did on this one.
Well, Sebastian Aho is pretty good.
No, they did win the Stanley Cup
And they-
championship last year, finals. So makes sense.
Yeah.
Either way, this is a huge year for Robert Thomas to really show not only us, the fans, but the rest of the league what kind of player he truly is. I think he has the ability to be a top 20 centerman, but
Sorry, imagine what it looks like if they can have a carryover with Holloway and Snuggerud.
Absolutely.
What does that look like?
Oh, man,
I think
that
that
looks
catapults him
awesome.
into the top 20. Mm-hmm.
100%.
I think it looks like championship.
Say that.
You guys ready for that?
Why
Yeah.
not?
Sure.
You guys agree, right?
Sure.
Anthony.
It's Stanley Cup or bust.
That should be the expectation every year.
Dak Prescott said Super Bowl or bust every year
Super
as a
Bowl or
Cowboy.
bust. Yeah. What's he going to say?
The hell last time the Cowboys won anything, man?
CD, if you don't think it,
Five.
if you don't think it, you can't be it.
You can think it as much as you want to.
They tell you to dress for the job that you want.
Yeah.
Same thing. You say what you want. What's a Super Bowl?
There's nothing wrong with setting goals, CD.
I agreed.
No, don't shake your head like that.
Nah, I agree. Yeah, Cowboys all the way.
We're not cheering for
We're
the
not
Cowboys.
saying. Yeah, we're not saying
you
that.
are.
We're
Why would
applauding
you?
his
Why would you
attitude.
put that on us?
Anthony wants the Cowboys to win. He already picked this postseason team. You know the Falcons ain't going to be there.
Dion did play for the Cowboys at one point.
He did.
You could have easily made that transition.
He didn't.
You could have done it.
Yeah, but he's
you could
still
have
miserable as a Cowboys fan.
Well,
Yeah.
you could have made the transition to the 49ers. That would have been the smarter move. That was a championship organization. You know
No,
what I
yeah,
mean?
let's just hop on the 49ers
You like
bandwagon.
everything else out of the Bay?
You do.
I do not.
You do. Like
Who's your
some
favorite
teams.
baseball team?
There you go.
Child?
Easy
Childs?
transition.
It's what?
Will Clark and the Giants.
We already know about the others.
Okay.
Big earthquakes guy in the MLS.
Yeah. See?
Edward Leuven headed there.
Oh, man.
Stop it. All right. Deshaun Watson was named the starter for the Browns after he was booed by the home crowd. Is this team just stuck in purgatory? We'll dive into that next. And I want to know Carey's thoughts because you had the Browns. You had the Browns winning like 8 or 9 games
winning
on
the
Friday.
division.
Yeah, man.
And I asked you, I said, with that quarterback situation, you're like, I don't care. Go Browns. That's what you said.
I don't know if I said that.
And I
but-
want to see if you're still on that
I don't know if I
bandwagon.
said that, but
Next, I want to win ESPN.
have no reaction. I think the biggest thing is, I think you guys know too, and I think the whole world knows, it has nothing to do about the performance. It's a little bit personal than that. So I think that's it's a disrespectful thing. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to keep whatever I feel with me and my family internally on how I feel about that. And yeah, just move on.
But don't you think, Deshaun, that winning and playing better would eliminate some of that booing?
Last time I played on this field, I tore my Achilles. And that same fan base, they cheered when I got hurt. So does that have to do with, what does that have to do with anything about performance?
Oh, boy.
What could go wrong?
Brown starting quarterback, and we can say that now. Brown starting quarterback Deshaun Watson, after he was booed just a mere, 2 days ago?
Yeah. Yep.
By the home crowd. He was named the starter for week 1 by Todd Monken.
Yeah.
And you heard his comments there. Now, look, I get there's probably a lot of angst. You tore your ACL. Everybody's cheering. Now they're booing you. Dude, have a little bit of awareness. Despite all your off-field transgressions, we'll call them, Cleveland still paid you a whopping guaranteed $230 million.
It's a lot of money.
On top of giving up draft compensation. Now, they're stupid.
They were.
That's not your fault, Deshaun, that they're dumb.
They were.
And they're one of the worst, poorly run organizations, not only just in the NFL, but in any professional sports. They're one of the worst.
Of any sport.
They're one of the worst. That's not on Watson.
Come on, man.
But still, you don't think there's no carry. What does performance have to do with it? You've done nothing.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Deshaun Watson has played in 3 seasons. He didn't play last year because he tore his Achilles in 24.
It has felt like 13.
So in 3 of the 4 seasons that he could have been a Cleveland Brown, he's played 19 games in 3 years of the 4. 19. He's thrown for 3,365 yards. His last year in Houston, when he was a Pro Bowler, he threw for 4,800. So the notion, granted, you had some off the field stuff.
No,
brother. People may not like you for that reason. But one thing I know about sports fans, there's a lot of things you can do in life, and if you're playing well,
in their jersey,
hey man, they still gonna cheer the hell out of you. So you may think in your heart of hearts, well, it's about what I did. No. You played like crap. You haven't played or performed well, and you haven't played nearly enough for people to be excited about you. Now, Todd Monken, first-year head coach for the Cleveland Browns, I think he understands. It's a couple of things. One, he's got a boss, and I'm sure his boss said, hey, slid him a little piece of paper with a number on it. Hey, what's this? $40 million. Oh, is that what you're offering me? No, that's what I'm paying the quarterback. That's who's going to play.
That's what I'm paying if we cut him.
Either way.
Right, yeah.
That's what I'm paying him. So
Todd Monken should print off definition of sunk cost and just slip it right back to him.
This is what we're paying him. Let's see if we can get something out of him. Because I still, in my heart of hearts, I'm watching this 4,800 yards from his last year. I'm like, somewhere that guy's got to be there.
That guy's dead.
He didn't fall off a cliff. No, he's there.
That guy's in Houston.
Never left.
He's in Cleveland.
No, not that guy.
Not that guy.
Physically, the body is there. I don't know where the spirit is.
That other guy used to be good at football.
Yeah, he did.
He was real good.
He was a really good quarterback.
Like MVP good.
Correct. So I'm assuming that there is still that hope there. Their first 2 games are on the road. If it's poor, if it doesn't look good, I don't see any reason why Shedeur Sanders wouldn't be starting game 3 when they make it back to Cleveland if Deshaun Watson goes out there and just stinks up the joint for the first 2 games. And are you in a position as a first-year head coach where you can kind of tinker with some things and know that you will have a job no matter how this first year goes? Yes. So I'm sure that there's a hope that Deshaun Watson can play at a high enough level because you do have proof. Jamie said he was one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL on that list. He was in that top tier of quarterbacks in his last year in Houston, and since then it just hasn't been good. Like it's been putrid for the 3 of the 4 seasons that he's played in Cleveland. And that's why the fans are booing him. And he did kind of walk back the statement about I don't think they were cheering that he was hurt. They were cheering that he's getting his ass off the field and somebody else can come in and they can watch that quarterback.
Right. Yeah.
You have to there has to be a level of self-awareness. Like, and I've told you all, some superstar athletes, which Deshaun Watson was at one point of his career, they have on blinders. They don't see anything out of their peripheral. They are looking straight ahead, and it's all about what they got going on. And I would assume that that's part of what that was. Like, you assume that they're excited that you're happy. I mean, they're excited that you're hurt. They might just be excited that your ass is getting off the field because you ain't done crap.
Some of them might be both. You don't know.
Maybe.
I got to ask you guys a question. When Todd Monken made his announcement, like 85% of his announcement was talking about Shedeur Sanders, about how he responded to things, how he and then he squeezes in there, and Deshaun's going to be our starting quarterback on week 1. So, like, in my mind, just being a professional athlete for a long time, watching a lot of sports, just life.
Listening to coaches.
Listening to coach speak.
Coach speak.
Understanding how owners operate.
This is a situation where, he's been told that's going to be our starting quarterback, and if he sucks, which maybe they hope he does, maybe they hope that he's terrible so that the first game in Cleveland is Shedeur Sanders out the tunnel first. That is an easy move. That's an easy transition. Shedeur Sanders, 5th-round pick, outside the conversation, and here you are in a quarterback battle, so we think anyways. And then if Deshaun Watson's no good, here you go. Mm-hmm. The ball's yours. If you go in reverse, if you go Shedeur Sanders, and he's terrible for the first couple of games, now you got to go to Deshaun Watson, who hates the entire city of Cleveland and his own football team at this point.
That's a good call.
They hate him. I don't know if he hates them.
Okay. Maybe it's not mutual. I don't think he loves it, but it doesn't matter. Didn't sound like he loved the people there.
100%, I think that's the direction that you go. And here's the other part of it. If it goes bad for Deshaun, he stinks it up, and then it goes bad for Shedeur, and you end up with a top-tier draft pick, there's some really good quarterbacks in this year's draft class. Mm-hmm. So you can reset what it is you're trying to do. Mm-hmm. There are some quarterbacks that, I know we talked about last year's class being, it's going to be great, and it didn't pan out that way. But some of these guys have proven it on the collegiate level already going into this season for their college football teams. Dante Moore, Arch Manning, you got Jaden Mayava at USC. Like, you got a lot of guys that have had some success at the collegiate level that if they are in the draft next year and your 2 quarterbacks that you have on your roster stink, the rest of the roster is actually really good and you are a quarterback away. No harm, no foul.
Right.
So you can just reset and put yourself in a position to be better in 27 than you are right now in 26, if all else fails.
Yeah. Well, good luck, Cleveland. I'm sure it'll all work out.
Sure it will, man.
Usually does for you guys. So, it'll be great. All right. It's Fastlane on 101 at ESPN. What's that?
You're a little harsh on Cleveland.
I said it'll all work out. I'm sure it will. It always does.
When did
that
you
was
change?
The part. The end part.
When did you change?
Cavs. They've had some success.
Yeah, 1 year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But Carey, not too long ago, Carey was sky dumping on Cleveland.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Now he's changed. So because Carey's changed, we should change?
I guess so. I guess that is what the implication
is. Cleveland is trying to build.
But don't you try to taint us with your inability to see that Cleveland is just a disaster?
In years past, they were. They have made some adjustments. They have figured some things out in the draft. Drafted good football players to help their roster.
How's their record?
It's time coming. It's coming.
When you don't have a quarterback, you don't have anything. It's science. Okay? I know you don't agree with that.
It's math.
But it's science. It's math. Exactly. Yeah. All right. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. What will be the biggest factor in determining whether or not the Cardinals can get back into the playoff race, stay there, and actually secure a playoff spot? That's next to 101 ESPN. Your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Carey Davis, Andrew Marsh, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. What will be the biggest determining factor for the Cardinals in terms of them actually making the playoffs? A lot of different ways that we can go here. Plenty of different branches. Marsh, you and Bradford, I know, did discuss this on Friday.
We did, yeah.
What was? I'm curious. What was your answer for those that didn't hear?
So Bradford and I, sort of came to a collective agreement about the depth of the lineup because of how, I don't want to say bad, even though it is bad, the inconsistencies of the pitching staff. Those have been here, and they will continue to be here for the rest of the season. We know that the 1 through 4 is pretty good for you in your lineup. Can the rest of the lineup, the depth that you have, can they show up? Can one guy step up? Could it be a collection of them because they need to get hot during September in order for this team to actually make a push? So it's those guys towards the end of the lineup. And that part has kind of struggled so far this year. It's been really 1 through 4 that have really carried your team.
How would you answer that, Jamie? And again, we're talking about what will be the biggest factor? Not factors, because there's no shortage of things, but what would be the number one?
Yeah, I don't know if I have one. Just for the simple fact that I'm watching a starting rotation deteriorate while at the same time watching a bullpen that remains wildly inconsistent. Mm-hmm. And all that means to me is now you're in a punch-in-the-face contest, meaning offensively. And to Marshy's point, beyond your top 4, it's been a bit of a roller coaster ride. We thought we'd found something pretty special in Joshua Baez.
Right.
And to a man on this show, we said, buyer beware, because he got a lot of learning left to do. Mm-hmm. And apart from his first game of knocking 3 home runs, he's hit the ball hard. That's great. Hasn't really produced except for that last home run.
Yeah.
After that, it was like almost just a hole in your lineup for a while. Mm-hmm. So unless the Cardinals can pack enough punch offensively to outscore some of their problems, I just don't see it happening.
For me, it's pitching. It's dealing with the injuries to the starters, the pitch count, the pitching number limit for Kyle Leahy. Like, you're at the point now where you essentially have 4 starters in your rotation, and one of those guys has a pitch count limit, and another guy, you don't know what you're going to get out of him from start to start. In Matthew Liberatore, you got Michael McGreevy. Like, you're in a position now where it's really kind of becoming detrimental to not only the starting rotation but also the bullpen. Because if your starters, obviously they haven't been going deep into games, and you're trying out the same guys from the bullpen game after game, they're going to be tired, they're going to be fatigued. You're just dealing with a lot of wear and tear on the pitching staff, completely, the entire staff, the starters and the relievers. So for me, that would be the biggest factor for the Cardinals to try to make a playoff push this season.
Yeah, and I'm with UCD. It's really the bullpen, and this is going to sound absurd coming off of yesterday's collapse, but really unfortunately it was Riley O'Brien. I'm not picking on him because he's allowed to have bad days too. But the bullpen did its job yesterday. It was just unfortunately the closer could not get one more out. But for me, it's the bullpen perhaps having its best month plus of baseball. And that's asking a lot. I realize that. But if I'm saying what is the biggest determining factor, well, it might not be the starting pitching, which has actually been very good, but now it's banged up. The offense has been great, at least at the top. So at the bottom of the line, am I expecting the bottom of the lineup to come through? Not consistently.
Well, one thing I said on Friday was it might not have to be one guy in particular, but it needs to be big-time hits, like Brian Torres coming through with a 2-out single, stuff like that. That needs to happen more times than not.
Really, what we're talking about then is
so we're hoping.
Yes, we're hoping that an element of the team which has not been great will be great.
So we have to be unrealistic. Irrationally,
yes,
basically.
I think so. You're 5.5 back.
Rationally, a team that shows consistency, or certain players, like if Torres was consistently showing that he could get that big at bat, get that base hit that you need. But we're thinking erratically because we're hoping. And it doesn't seem like a good strategy.
Well, no.
In all reality, if there's one thing that this team needs, the biggest factor, it's simply luck at this point.
Yeah, you're not
They have
wrong.
a favorable schedule, and they need teams in front of them to find a way to lose. That wasn't the case this weekend with San Diego. You got swept. They did the sweeping. You need some luck down the stretch. 2011, that team played really well. I'm not trying to compare this team to 2011. But you needed luck. You needed to play good baseball, but you needed the other team in front of you, the Phillies, or not the Phillies, the Braves, to go on just an incredible, just terrible stretch. You had some luck involved. That's what this team needs. Bottom line, they need some luck.
Yeah, very true. Which makes sense considering you weren't supposed to do anything coming into this year. So that's kind of where we're at. Which, again, goes back to the question that I proposed earlier. Are the Cardinals a playoff team, or are they a team that is just trying to make the playoffs? And that, to me, there's a distinction there. When you're a playoff team, you're built to be a playoff team. Best case scenario, your front office put together a roster that is deep, and you have enough pitching, and you can withstand some injuries, and you have a minor league system that can produce some guys that, when called up, can at least hold serve for a while. There are teams that are built to be a playoff team. The Cardinals are merely trying to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
They didn't have the depth coming in. That is now being exposed. And I'm really not even being critical, because this wasn't supposed to be a playoff team.
Not at all.
They were supposed to Jamie's point early on, they were supposed to be a team that were just trying to figure out some answers, right? Like trying to cross off some of the questions that they had coming in. We knew that Kyle Leahy very likely was going to be on an innings limitation. Well, Bill came due now.
Yeah.
And when you have Andre Palante on the IL, and then Hunter Dobbins same damn day gets hurt, you're going to be exposed. So I think they're a team that's merely trying to make the playoffs. Eventually, they'll build a team that is playoff ready.
Yeah, and no team, no management, no coaching staff has. You know, if you're starting to deal with as many injuries as they've dealt with, especially to the starting pitching, and you know, as I said, the amount of wear and tear on the bullpen because of what you've been getting from the starting pitching. This is. You don't expect to run into these issues. You hope that you have the answers, but sometimes guys don't perform at the level that you need them to, and you got what you got. And we've talked about this in the past. Like, for this team to bring a player up, there has to be a couple of things happening. That player in the minors has to be performing at an elite level and showing that he's ready to be brought up, and the player that he's replacing has to be stinking it up or maybe gets injured. Like, those are the things that they have shown us this season for them to make those moves, and otherwise – they're going to continue to build their organization and build their farm system and continue to play, not for only this year, but for years to come.
Guys, what do you think? We talked about this earlier, but I just don't get it. From the 573, what the Cards need is a manager, not a half-pint bookworm, someone with some balls and experience in handling a roster and people. So, like, have all the wins just, like, I feel like all roads lead back to you only look at certain situations negatively, and you point the finger at the manager there. Well, does Ollie Marmol get any credit now for Jordan Walker, Alec Burleson, J.J. Weatherholt?
Probably not. Based on what they're saying.
Leahy? Like, if all things being equal, if the good play is, well, that's the players, well, then the bad play can't be the manager. Although we think that way. You're
thinking too rationally for these people.
I know, but it gets me. Every now and when I see these continuously pop up, I'm like, do you not understand?
Well, okay, so Jamie.
So, like, if you have a failing department in a company, let's dumb it down. You have a failing department within a company. It doesn't always get right. You might have a manager who's trying to manage that well, but if you have an employee who keeps failing the task, who doesn't understand math, and doesn't keep the accounting right, and then the company starts to lose money and fail, and you're like, well, what the hell's going on? Well, the player making the mistakes, well, the manager has to correct that. They got to show him how to do it, first of all, and then the owner has to eventually insert himself later and be in part of the equation too. It's not. But then if the company makes money, you're like, oh, the guy, the accountant, he gets praised for that, but when they lose money, he gets blamed for that.
I guess, yeah.
Right.
The Cardinals are 66-66. What would be the record if they had a quote-unquote, what would be the record if they had the best, whoever the best manager is in baseball, what would be the record?
Give me a second, Anthony. Let me go look at these blown saves.
Okay.
Blown leads. Actually, let's go blown leads. Let me look this up real quick.
And all of them are Marmel's fault then, right?
Absolutely. So, let me look this up.
And this is a genuine question. Who is their favorite manager?
I don't know.
Who's the best manager in Major League Baseball, and how many wins are they worth?
Well, it's Yadier Molina and or Albert Pujols.
Sure. So that makes a perfect straw man argument. We haven't seen Yadier Molina or Albert Pujols manage at the big league level, so naturally
they're
going to be
perfect.
exactly.
Yeah.
Who in Major League Baseball?
Skip
Who's
Schumacher
a current manager?
Has gone through some ups and downs too. I think he's a damn fine manager, but he also had a bad year.
I really like Terry Francona, and everybody was pissed when the Reds hired Terry Francona. They're 62-69. They're in dead last. How they doing this year?
Finished dead last.
And I'm not blaming Terry Francona for that. But this is if all things are equal, everybody loves Terry Francona. They're dead last in the same division. So what does that say then?
So, Anthony, here we go. 34 blown leads. 34 blown leads. So
Okay.
that's 34 games that Ali Marmol should have been fired after. However, they've had 27 come from behind victories. So I think we do some math here.
All right.
So
34 minus 27, that's, 7 games right there. Because there's
that's 7
chances,
games you want back. Get rid of that guy.
7 games. You're a playoff team with those 7 games.
Mm-hmm. Marsh, I love that you just channeled some of these texters the way that you just did. Like you developed a system and a mathematical equation that led us back to Ollie's the problem.
Mm-hmm. That is kind of disturbing, though. 34 blown leads.
Well, okay, so
Are they the worst in baseball?
That is kind of disturbing. That I do not know.
well, they have the best bullpen in baseball, so that it is Ollie's fault.
It just gets me. I see, and some of them just keep going. Somehow they end up justifying their own belief in this. Talking about the same guy talking about how Marmol tried like hell to ruin Goldschmidt. And then
How did he ruin Goldschmidt?
Jordan
Didn't he win an
Walker.
MVP?
He did ruin Dylan Carlson and Tyler O'Neill.
You're kidding me.
No, that's
What
right
has
here.
Dylan Carlson done?
What is? Yeah, I don't know.
How
He's not
good
even in baseball
How
anymore.
good is Dylan Carlson then? If a manager can ruin him,
Well, he ruined Goldie too.
Are you trying?
By the way, Goldie won an MVP under Ollie Marmol, but that had nothing to do with Ollie.
Goldie did
By himself.
by himself.
Yeah,
And then when they stunk, it was.
but we forgot
Ollie's
about
fault.
that. And Arenado was third in MVP voting that year too.
And then the following year, when they stunk, it was Ollie's fault.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever seen a great talent, and I mean great talent, be ruined by a head coach or manager? You're not a big fan of Mike Keenan. Was Wayne Gretzky's career ruined after that?
No.
Okay. Can you ruin a great player?
I don't think so. They
What are we talking
eventually
about here?
Figure it out. Their talent, like when you're really great, like that's a different level of that's a different level than most of us can even understand.
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford got to the Rams. He's been horrible. Because the Lions coaching staff, bunch of imbeciles, before Dan Campbell.
They ruined them.
And Jim Caldwell, because I'm not putting him in an imbecile
You don't
category.
put Jim Caldwell.
No, that's what I'm saying. Besides Caldwell,
Yeah.
and
Dan Campbell.
Yeah. The previous guy, they ruined Matthew Stafford.
I say Jim Campbell. Jim Caldwell.
Yeah, Jim Caldwell.
Yeah, my bad.
Right?
Yeah.
Jim Campbell,
No.
hell of a guy. Soupy.
Yeah,
Good
he's a
roommate.
guy.
I have the numbers for you, Anthony.
All right.
Cardinals are tied with your San Francisco Giants, 34 blown leads. Above them at 5th is the Kansas City Royals. The Detroit Tigers and Angels are tied for 3rd with 37 blown leads. The Athletics are number 2 with 38, and the Washington Nationals lead the pack with 40 blown leads. How about that?
Not great.
The teams at the bottom of the list are all playoff teams. kind of. The Rangers are in there. They're not good, but the Mets, they're up there as well as the least amount of blown leads. Now you have to have a lead in order to blow it, but yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yep. That is disturbing, though.
No, it's
let's
disturbing.
be honest. That's not good.
Well, no.
And I understand why people are frustrated. I'm frustrated.
You know what, Marshy? We'll put you on the fire marmol list.
Wow.
Now, don't do that.
Come on now.
I thought that's what he was asking for.
Jamie, you weren't here on Friday when we discussed some of the college football stuff going on. There's even more coming out. What are we doing here? Now, you two fought about this a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I told Kerry it was ridiculous.
Let's dive back into it next on 101 ESPN. It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Now, Jamie, I know that you wanted to revisit this story in college football. And I think it's kind of funny because you guys both, you Carey, you Jamie, kind of got into this a couple weeks ago about this very situation. So, Jamie, the floor is yours. What did you want to discuss here with college football?
So a couple weeks ago, it was involving a player that never attended a pro camp.
Well, he did attend the pro camp. He went to OTAs.
Stop.
He did.
Not like real camp, though.
That is real camp.
Wow.
He was in OTAs. He was signed to a professional team.
He was a long-time OTA guy, okay? He never got to a preseason game, didn't get to main camp, nothing like that. He was making per diem every day, wasn't making any money, didn't have a signing bonus. The next chapter now. Like, that was one thing that we could argue about back and forth.
Yeah.
I can't argue about this one.
Okay.
I can't. When you put on the uniform, and I'm watching highlights of this guy playing tight end for none other than the Cleveland Browns.
Good team.
And then Lane Kiffin apparently picked up the phone and called Todd Monken and was asking him about said player. And apparently at the time, from what I've read and seen, Monken didn't really understand the conversation. Then someone on his staff brought it to his attention that said player had entered the transfer portal while you were sleeping. And then Todd Monken said that aha moment. And now this guy's going back to play college football because they have the restraining order on whatever the law is or the guidelines are on this right now. Honestly, like I said before, there could be an argument back and forth. Once you attend main camp and you're part of preseason things and you put on the damn uniform.
We're done here.
Like you put the pads on and the uniform, they've given you a number. You have a name on the back of that jersey. What are we doing here? The NCAA has lost total control of college football. What rules are there anymore apart from the rules on the field? There's no other rules.
Those are questionable at times. The player Daquan Wright was a tight end, or I guess is a tight end for the Cleveland Browns. And Todd Monken mentioned, this young man hasn't practiced in a week or so. We really didn't know what was going on with his injury. Come to find out, he's part of the group that was part of that restraining order that would allow players to get an additional year. He played at Ole Miss. Obviously, his coach from Ole Miss moved to LSU, and he entered the transfer portal with hopes that he gets cut by the Cleveland Browns and is in the portal and gets picked up by LSU. It is extremely weird, man. It is the weirdest thing in the world.
So I can make more money?
That's essentially what it is, because I don't know what practice squad players make at this point, right? But I don't know what he's making in terms of if he goes back to college and gets NIL. But he basically, if he clears waivers, he can play for LSU this year.
And you'll make a couple $1 million probably, at least $1 million.
I don't know what that number is, but I think it's ridiculous that, as you said, you can play in a preseason game, you could participate. And this is what I was saying last week with the player, I think it was Sterling Webb from Mizzou, that was in training camp or in OTAs, maybe not part of the actual roster, so to speak. And
he may not have been even part of the equation. Like, they sometimes need roster fillers.
It opens Pandora's box for, well, that guy did it. He was on the roster. Whether or not he played in a preseason game, whether or not he played in a regular season game, whether or not he practiced with the team.
I don't even know if he put pads
put the helmet on.
Yeah, no pads.
The helmet that had the logo on it. He had a locker in the locker room. He was a part of that team. Whether it was for 1 day or 1 year, he was a part of the team. And now you're starting to see Pandora's box open, where an active, not active because the regular season hasn't started yet, but a player on the on a preseason roster is able to say, you know what, I see what the writing on the wall is for here. I ain't probably going to make this team. Let me see if I can go back to college. Go back to college to play college football?
So was he drafted or was he an undrafted?
I don't know if he was drafted or not.
I have a specific reason for asking that, because I have a thought in my head where this could get really, really messy. Is if he was drafted third, fourth round, where we know that a third round or fourth round tight end is not making
bank.
Yeah. If he can re-enter the draft with an LSU that's going to maybe be a powerhouse. Can he get redrafted? Now, he goes back, makes $1 million, $1.5 million in NIL money, goes back in the draft, gets drafted maybe second round, and his money's a little bit bigger? Like, are players going to be able to reset their market? Or is this strictly a money play?
It's a good question.
He was not drafted, by the way.
Okay. So maybe that's the play. Can he go back in the draft?
Our guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's coming out of college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
He'll be at college. He wasn't drafted, and I don't know how that works. I mean, I don't know how it works if he was drafted. Hell, because even if he was drafted, if he was cut before the regular season started, he's not on an active roster
unless they offer him and he signs a practice roster.
Correct.
He's not on the roster.
So
oh man,
I have no clue, man.
How the hell?
And the frustrating thing for me is what you're starting to see, and this is actually a peek into some other things in terms of how our judicial system works. But these players and their attorneys are finding lawyers. I mean, not lawyers. They're finding judges that are willing to give them the restraining orders that they want. You saw it with Brendan Sorsby. Miraculously, we found a Texas Tech alum
that judge
that wants Texas Tech to win. You know what? I'll sign off for you to like.
That judge probably has money into the program.
It is a larger systemic problem than just college football, I would assume. But college football is putting a magnifying glass on what is going on in the judicial system, where if you can just find a judge that will agree with what it is you're trying to do, for whatever reason, maybe they worked, maybe they went to that school, maybe they love that program, and they will allow you to get back into this fold. It's absolutely, it's stunning that this is happening in real time in college football.
And we can sit here and talk about it till we're blue in the face, but ultimately, what is the solution here? Because the NCAA is not a governing body on adhering to the rules.
Right.
They're a governing body of I don't even know what anymore.
Collecting paychecks.
And each conference has their own way of doing things. And apparently nobody really has a rule book for NIL money or 5 years, 6 years, 7 years of college. Like, there is a massive problem with this. Yeah. It just is. It's starting to become a little bit of a joke.
So I wonder, the NFL eventually stepped in with the Brendan Sorsby situation and say, yeah, not up in here. We're not.
But that was ridiculous.
I agree, but maybe the NFL.
Is this.
Yeah, so is this. So maybe the NFL has to say, look, you get one crack at this. That's it.
You mean they have to incorporate rules,
your draft year?
Otherwise, it's collusion.
You go back to the NFL draft. You can't go back to the NFL draft. You're no longer welcome. You want to if the NCAA is allowing you to go back to LSU or whoever, fine. But you're not going to re-enter the NFL draft. That's it. You get one crack. And he did. You had your opportunity. Sorry. Now, it doesn't mean you can't sign with an NFL team eventually.
But you can't be
drafted.
You can't be draft eligible for
you
2
are no
years
longer
or
eligible.
3 years in a row.
Yes, you get one opportunity to be eligible for the NFL draft.
But it's still, yes, okay, that's the NFL side of things.
Right.
And that would be one half of the entity.
That could potentially limit some of that ideology, though.
Unless that player's good enough.
But if you put that in place, then,
Well, what should happen is as soon as...
But even if I'm being realistic, even that is probably more favorable for the player in that situation, because now I get to pick where I want to go.
Well, that's a good point. So correct me if I'm wrong. As soon as you get an agent, you're a professional. That's how it used to be.
That wasn't what it was, Anthony. These guys are playing freaking NFL football, man, and they're going back to school.
Kids have got...
Well, they got agents in college now. So
yeah,
that's not advisors.
Right.
They got agents. They got agents in college. Yeah. Because the agents are calling programs to how much NIL money you're offering. All right, I got 1.1. Let me call this school.
Yeah,
I got 1.1 over here. What do you got? 1.2? Okay, let me call this other school. Anybody at 1.3? Anybody at 1.4? 1.4? Sold. All right.
Man, it's a mess. I don't know what the answer is, but it's a mess.
I just don't see the finish line.
Yeah.
The NCAA, the NFL, the football entities have done a terrible job of making this black and white. It's not even black. It's not even gray. It's just a big pile of mud that's been smeared, and you're like, I don't know, figure out what it is.
Right.
I don't think this is just a football thing either. I think basketball is also in these waters as well.
Yeah,
basketball has had some, and hockey too has had some. There's been some players who
I have seen that in hockey.
A full season in the East Coast Hockey League, and then going back to play college.
Yeah. Wow. All right, this Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Speaking of wow, Tommy Pham just can't help himself. That's next on 101 ESPN. One thing I've always believed is that there's something to be said for doing business with people who are part of your community, and you know who they are. You feel it. You feel like they're connected within the community, and you know where they're from. They've got a reputation to protect, and that's Don's Garage Doors for me. They're a local St. Louis company with technicians who live and work right here. Their approach is simple: show up, do it right, stand behind it. Honest service, quality work, and neighbors helping neighbors. And if you've got a garage door at home, like most of you do, here's something worth remembering. It shouldn't be talking to you. If you're hearing squeaking, grinding, shaking, or any unusual noise, don't wait until that little problem turns into a massive issue that's going to cost you a bunch of money. Right now, Don's Garage Doors are offering a complete garage door tune-up for just $29.95. So for less than $30, you can have them come out. They just like they did for my house, and they walk through what's going on with their garage door, why it might not be effective or efficient, or maybe it's just a tune-up and that's it. For $30, you're done. If your door, though, is ready for retirement, you can save $500 on a new insulated garage door, plus get zero payments for 12 months, fast financing approvals, and no surprise fees, all courtesy of Don's Garage Doors. So whether you need a tune-up, a repair, or a whole new garage door, give the local team a call. DonsGarageDoors.com is where you can find them online, or dial 866-4-DON-STORE.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. The Cardinals get swept by the Phillies over the weekend. 6-4 the final yesterday. A tough game yesterday. The Cardinals had a 4-0 lead in the ninth inning, and they lost the game. They have today off. They'll take on the Baltimore Orioles in this upcoming series. That is tomorrow, 6:45. First pitch from Busch Stadium. The Cardinals currently sit 5.5 games back of the San Diego Padres for that final wild card spot. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
Well, friend Tommy Pham at it again, in some respects. He weighed in on the whole Dane Myers drop fly ball in center field last week. So everybody remembers when Dane Myers dropped the ball in the ninth inning, which led to an eventual 10-9 win for the Cardinals. It was last Thursday. It was during the day. Myers dropped the final out, or what would have been the final out. Would have been a 5-4 victory for Cincinnati. And it led to a 6-run top of the ninth inning for the Cardinals. Tommy Pham, who has played for both the Reds and the Cardinals, insinuated in a post on X that Myers was trying to catch the ball to help his defensive metrics. So in response to a video that was shown that Myers dropped the ball, Tommy Pham tweeted out, "What's going on is we have center fielders today who know the value of stealing catches to help their OOA, which is outs above average numbers, go up because it improves your WAR. So you have this, a game that is lost because the center fielder didn't want the left fielder to catch the ball because he wanted the points." Dane Myers responded to that by saying, a 10-year vet, Tommy Pham, decent one at that, a quote-unquote brother calling me selfish. You're talking like an average fan, man. You spend all that time in big leagues. You should know / remember there's more to a play than what just appears on the screen. That being said, play still has to be made. Tommy Pham didn't back down. In some comments to The Athletic, he said, quote, "This is an issue because center fielders and infielders are now gaming the system for their WAR," Pham wrote to The Athletic in a direct message on X. "When I talked to Tom Tango, who created this system, he acknowledged it and said he will try to fix it for the future."
Well, you know how I feel about WAR.
Or Dane Myers just dropped the ball.
Well, and that's one thing, too, is Dane Myers goes on there and, Tommy Pham says, well, I got something about mutuals, or they start like mutual friend, and Tommy Pham comes back, well, I'll screenshot some of the texts I have from mutuals. Mm-hmm. Like,
no one likes you in the clubhouse.
Yeah, like it's like, Tommy, if this was somebody other than Tommy Pham, let's just say, pick another center fielder. Give me anybody. Nathan Church. There we go. Okay? Nathan Church writes this out there. It's like, okay, you're like, well, what's he talking about? Tommy Pham, the dude has been in every kind of confrontation you can imagine. Mm-hmm. From slapping somebody or whatever, getting from her fantasy football.
Yeah, Jock Peterson.
Like, well, I don't know, man. Like, what would be your motivation as a professional athlete to jump on Twitter /X and call out another guy in the league for what you don't know is true, but what you're assuming?
You don't know exactly what took place in that play. And this is not the first former Red. Like, there was a couple of days ago where Zach Kozart called out Ellie De La Cruz, called him lazy for throwing a ball over the first baseman's head, creating an error. And then people were tagging Zach Kozart and all the errors he had as a major leaguer. Like, this you? This you? Like, I don't know what it is about. Like, to attack their, I mean, going after someone, like in that situation, calling them lazy or saying that Dane Myers is trying to pad his stats and add value for what could be later on in his contract. And I think Dane Myers even mentioned, like, bro, I'm past arbitration. I'm not going to be.
Still going through
I'm still in arm at 30. I'm
Yeah.
not getting the big payday, brother. That does not impact me. I just wanted to win the game. And to Dane Myers' credit, he said, even all of the things you said, which are incorrect, the play still got to be made.
Yeah.
I still got to make the catch. So I don't know what the ideology of attacking a former player. I don't think you ever should have, especially if you played the game. You shouldn't attack a former player, a current player.
If you don't know what the hell's
especially
going
if you
on.
don't know what's going on. Like you can.
Only fans are allowed to do that.
Yeah, and most of them are idiots when they do that as well. So, but to speak on something and not have all of the information, you can say, man, that play got to be made. That's inexcusable. Same thing with Zach Kozar. You got to make that throw. Yeah, I understand the pressure, and maybe but you got to make the throw. And I should have made the throw when I messed up in those times. Those are things you can say as a former player, but to attack like the integrity of a player or attack the integrity of a game and saying that this player did something for a reason that you are uncertain of, I think that's just too much.
And then Tommy Pham goes on in one of his part of his rants to say, basically alluding to the fact that the center fielder ran out of position on purpose to try and catch that ball to pad his stats. Correct me if I'm wrong, Anthony. The center fielder usually has the right of way in the outfield.
He does, yeah.
So if he chose to track that ball down and call off the left fielder at the time, that's a center fielder's option.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's priority.
Well, who's to say that the left fielder couldn't see the ball or whatnot?
Yeah,
there was a few
shielding his
times
glove,
throughout
yeah.
that series where the sun was playing a factor,
Yes.
and those guys did make the catch, but in that particular instance, he didn't.
I sent you all a text about WAR and why it's the dumbest stat in the world. Nobody responded.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Y'all
just
ignored
thought you
me.
were drinking again.
No, it is. It's the dumbest stat in the world.
Nah, it is.
We with you.
They were talking about how the metrics for one position versus another position is valued greater. Just
Gary, I
because they play
expected
a different
full
position.
10-page review on it from you.
Nah, you guys didn't watch the video. Whatever it is.
I was too busy reading
I'll be
Anthony's
honest.
long text message about
You like that one?
Killian and
Lincoln.
and Lincoln.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just helping you put that stuff away.
You know, and Anthony, we do have a second here. You got to tell this.
I will. I will.
You have to because it's gold.
Two thoughts on Tommy Pham, then I'll give you the latest Lincoln fiasco. Tommy Pham clearly he's a dog with a bone with this whole like advanced metrics. He's always been into advanced metrics, so he clearly has an opinion about this. And as soon as he saw somebody drop a perfect situation for him, he's on it. He doesn't ask any questions. He doesn't consider anything. It's just, he proves my point. Oh, it actually proves nothing. My other point on this, Cardinals, 4 years. Rays, 2 years. Padres, 2 years. Reds, not even a full year. Goes to the Red Sox, must have been traded. Mets, 1 year. Same year, actually, goes to the Diamondbacks. 2024, he played for the White Sox and, of course, the Cardinals for about an hour.
And then the Royals.
Then
He
the
did hit a huge home run for me,
He
though.
did.
Yeah.
Pirates, 2025. Mets, 2026. Tommy Pham, outside of his first year in St. Louis, has not been with the club for more than 3 years. Now, why is that?
He's valued, Anthony. Everybody wants that guy.
Yeah.
Nah, if you get traded a lot.
He wears out his welcome.
I don't know what the hell you're getting at.
Yeah.
Hey, you get traded. He a glue guy. Glue guys.
The opposite of Jamie Rivers.
I mean,
How does a guy dropping a ball lead to nobody likes you?
Tommy's. And I like Tommy Pham as a player. He's got a lot of energy to him and all that, but
I don't think he's very well thought out sometimes.
No, I don't think so either. All right, so the Lincoln story. I texted the guys this last night. So, Jamie, I know you and I have perfected this move. Or you perfected it long before I did. But when the kids aren't picking up their toys, which Lincoln's apt to do, he's not the only one. Killian's not. He doesn't often do it either.
Apparently.
Which leads to this. Sometimes I get so frustrated, like I did yesterday, that I've asked them 3 or 4 times, pick up your toys, and they don't. So I grab a trash bag, new trash bag. Whoosh,
We're done here.
we're done here. You can't take care of the toys. I'm throwing them out. I don't actually throw them out, but usually that gets them to spiral out of control. No.
Looking to cause some panic.
Yes. No. And they help. And they're like, I'll do it right now. Let that be a lesson to you. Right? So, did it yesterday. Toys are out. I asked Lincoln to pick them up countless times. Okay, all right. Doesn't do it. So now I'm fed up. Getting toward the end of the day. These toys have been in the living room, middle of the floor. It's not like one or two things. I mean, they're small toys everywhere. So, all right, I'm getting the trash bag. Get the trash bag, walking out, starting to put the toys in the trash bag. Madeline sees me. Madeline goes, Lincoln, he's throwing away your toys. Lincoln waltzes up. Doesn't run, just cool as a cucumber, walks up, squats down on the ground, and he starts putting the toys in the trash bag. And I'm like, this...
He's reverse Jediing you.
I'm like, all right, I gotta... He doesn't think I'm gonna do this, so I've got to put all these toys in. So I did. So I put all the toys in the trash bag. I walk out to the garage. I put the trash bag. I look for a spot to try to hide it. And I'm like, all right, I don't know what to do. Like, my garage is already filled with more of their toys.
Toys they've never looked for you.
Totally. So I just put it on the workbench. I walk back inside. And our, garage leads to the kitchen. So I come in, I close the door, I look, and my man's just eating chicken nuggets, right? Just eating chicken nuggets at the table. I gotta ask, right? So I sit down with him. I go, Lincoln, buddy, I just threw away all your toys because you refused to pick them up. Aren't you bothered by that? Doesn't make you sad? He looks at me, he goes. He's chicken nugget in his mouth. He goes, no. I go, why? You've been playing with those toys all day. You're not upset at all that I just threw away your toys? He goes, those were Killian's toys. I don't care about those.
Joke's on you, Dad.
I made them play with them all day, but they're not mine.
That's why he helped me put them in the bag.
You throwing these away?
He goes, no. He goes, those are Killian's toys. I don't care about Killian's toys. And then, he looked at me for a second and then just went right back to the chicken nuggets. I'm like, this kid's unbelievable. What am I going to say?
That's wild. I've told you the same story.
It's unbelievable. It's literally unbelievable.
I had Ashton and Braden, same thing. Throw away your toys. I forget what it was, Okay, yeah. And then they're like, no. And then they go, whatever. Mm-hmm. And then as I'm picking up little wrestlers and things like that, they start putting them in the bag with me. But they were their toys.
Yeah.
I didn't care. Like, yeah. I go, why would you help me pick them up if you think I'm going to put them in the trash and not help me pick them up
put them away.
to pick them up?
Yeah.
Oh, Dad, we just didn't want to leave you hanging, So I went for this whole ruse, backfire, because they threw away all the toys with me, and then I'm like, well, now what?
Now what?
They clearly don't care.
Right.
And what they're going to do as soon as I throw these away, if I do, they're going to want the same toys.
Right.
It'd be bugging me for new ones.
Exactly.
So what I did is I periodically kept taking a couple of toys, putting them back in the mix. Mm-hmm. They'd be like, oh, I haven't seen this one in a while. Yeah. And they start playing with it.
I mean,
I'm like, okay.
I'm going to have to figure something out here. That's
unreal, though.
Well, because you're putting the toys in the bag. You're like, there's $7, there's $11, there's $20. Like,
oh, yeah.
I can't do this.
No, we're not really doing this.
No, I'm calling your bluff constantly.
That kid's got ice in his veins.
Ice in his veins, man.
I'm not bothered by much, man.
No.
I even double down a little bit. I say, well, Killian's going to be upset. Like, I forgot to tell you this. He's going to be. I go, buddy. Killian's really going to be upset. He's a good big brother. He lets you borrow his toys. Like, he's going to be upset that they're now thrown away. He goes, no. He only cries when he's in trouble. This kid's a savage.
He mapped everything out.
He's read everybody. He's got everybody down pat. He knows.
Oh man.
It's unreal. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 at ESPN. Let's do this. So I gave you guys a list from last week. It was the Athletic NFL top players under 25. Wondering what stood out to you guys about the list. It's next to 101 ESPN. NFL list.
Why is that?
Well, because I'm going to do something here. Show a little sympathy and compassion for one of my brothers. Carey Davis right now is a man that's hurting. He's hurting inside, and his stomach's going to be hurting too. Mm-hmm. Because Carey just fumbled his lunch. Wow. Came in the door. With the door knocked, did the door knock it?
Yeah, knocked right back into it.
So the door, he's opened up the door to our studios. He had his lunch. Looks like what, chicken, Carey?
Yeah.
That looks
Smells good too.
Yeah. It's not
Chicken.
that other stuff that didn't smell good.
Glass bowl, and the door just knocked the bowl out of Carey's hands. So now he's going to pick up his lunch uneaten.
In fairness, though, I'm a little disappointed. My man who won a Super Bowl, he was a running back for Illinois, a fullback for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
We already know my fumbling issue, so the meatball, it's not.
A simple studio door, knocked that out of his hand. I mean,
Carey, I feel you, man.
like, I love you, Carey, but you know, you got to hang on to that.
You're right. I gotta hold on to the ball, like Dane Meyer said.
Yeah.
If anybody but you brings that bowl back to me at the end of the day,
You're going to be in trouble.
Well, nobody's getting that bowl, brother.
no,
So it's shattered.
The Super Bowl that Carey dropped.
Man,
the chicken bowl.
shattered all over the place. So,
That's
Carey, I feel for you.
Trying to get out of the glass.
Yeah.
So this is the second time a member of the Fast Lane has been stripped of their lunch. Wow. And this floor is disgusting, so.
Well, and it's not forgiving.
No.
It's
I did save a couple of pieces that were on top of my lid.
Oh, there you go.
Was that the 5-second rule, Carey?
Well, they never touched the ground.
So the lid actually fell upwards.
Yeah,
That's huge.
it's good.
Yeah.
I think.
But hang on.
Although I do see glass in.
That's what I'm going to say. We might want to make sure.
I do see some.
As your friend, Carey, two things. One, there could be shards of glass.
Yeah,
in
there probably are.
And
I should probably
two,
throw it away.
The 4 pieces of chicken are just going to make you more angry than fill you up. I'm just saying.
You're not wrong, Jay.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm just looking out
Very
for
frustrating.
you. I would throw the whole thing away, Carey. I can see glass right there. You're not eating that.
You know what? This is what we're going to do.
Why don't you have Anthony throw it away? He was doing that earlier this
I threw away the I threw what?
Toys. Yeah, you were throwing toys away.
yesterday,
all sorts
yeah.
of things.
Yeah, but Anthony wouldn't mess with Carey's food.
No, I threw away the glass.
Yeah, he did. Anthony came and helped.
Yeah.
It's all good. I've been there.
You
Hey,
need another set of hands on
Carey.
this? Probably do, actually.
I don't say this lightly, especially you. I know how you feel.
Yeah, you do.
I know how you feel, man.
You dropped that meat. I witnessed you
did.
dropping that meatball, and you saw me drop my damn
Question for you.
grilled chicken.
How much were you looking forward to that chicken?
I was.
I don't want to bring it up.
Here's
but
the thing. I left that in here on Friday when I left early because I didn't get a chance to eat it. Because I was like, man, I'm leaving early. And so I normally get my meal around this time. So I'm like, oh, crap, I got my chicken in the refrigerator.
So you're real happy.
Yeah, I was excited, man.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to it. I'm going to warm this up. Warmed it up. Ready to come in here and, dig in.
Is that one of those Pyrex bowls?
Yeah.
Yeah, they get real hot.
Yeah, it got real hot.
They get real hot.
It was, The refrigerator works really well, though, that we have. Now that the smells are out of it, because it was freezing. It was cold when I grabbed it. I threw it right in there. It was
Maybe that's
cold,
what happened. It was cold, hot.
Yeah.
And then, of course, dropping it doesn't help.
That didn't help at all.
Yeah.
Nope, didn't help at all.
I think it was the floor that created the biggest issue.
Probably the impact.
Like, what were you expecting with the door, though?
That door closed much faster than it normally does. It's like a linebacker coming, faster than you think. Like, he's here. You didn't expect him to be there.
He looked right. When you look back left,
Man, he's right there. He's like, oh, crap, where the hell did you come from?
Did the handle get you? Did the handle?
Well, I pushed it open, and I was walking in.
The handle's
I was
on the inside.
There's a handle on the
There's
outside.
a handle on the outside.
No, there's not.
Have you never?
There's no handle on the outside of that.
Open it up.
Oh,
No,
maybe there's not.
maybe
No,
it's
you're
not.
right. Yeah, you're right.
You're right.
Yeah, my bad.
There it is. I know it is.
there is.
Yes.
It's your bad.
No, I'm not crazy. Yes, it is.
I never noticed a damn handle before.
It's a Mandela effect.
You just put that there.
Yeah.
That's why he dropped his food.
I swear to God, I have never, because I always push with my hand.
Yeah, same.
I don't think I've ever put my hand on that handle to.
I've had to pull it close.
Yeah, pull it close, yeah.
Sometimes you got to pull it close.
It goes to my heel and let it kind of just hit. And then just we have our own techniques.
That's really funny.
Wish we had an instant replay on that.
If we had the cameras on.
Look, Carey is going to gather himself here. Jamie needs to focus.
Yeah, apparently.
Jamie's got another save opportunity in the Gauntlet next to 101 ESPN.
Warriors. 4 categories, 1 challenger. Can you survive the Gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit BlueNoteRoofingSTL.com for a free inspection.
It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. And for a 4th consecutive show, we bring back Jude. What's up, Jude?
You.
Going well. So Jude, you're in line here for a trophy. What'd you do this weekend? Study?
Not much of it. No, really. Nope. No studying.
Okay. So you're just locked in. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we know that Jamie's going to be the opponent. So, Jamie,
Okay, yeah.
Any last words here for Jude?
No, good luck, Jude.
You-
Thank you. All right, we'll see you guys in a bit.
All right. Jamie's going to make his way into the cone of silence. Jude, let's hope your phone holds up here. You've been in and out. Go ahead and tell Marsh to spin that wheel.
I will.
All right, Jude. What are you hoping for?
You know, you wouldn't say it, but really anything but hockey.
Oh, man.
Anything but hockey, and he's going to get hockey, isn't he?
Yep.
Wow.
Oh, man. That's harsh.
Hey, you know what? You've had a great run here, Jude. You've been locked in, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if you pulled off the upset.
You already left. No, I'm kidding.
He's already gone. All right. Jude, you're going to get 4 hockey-related questions. Each one is worth 2 points unless you ask for the options. If you ask for the options, those questions become worth 1 point. Are you ready?
Sure, guys.
Okay. This left-handed defenseman played in the NHL from 1953 to 1971, ultimately retiring as a St. Louis Blue, and was the first captain in our franchise history. Name this player.
Yeah, I think I'm going to need the options on this one.
Doug Harvey, Terry Crisp, or Al Arbor?
I'll go with Al Arbor.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Question number 2. There are only 3 NHL teams with a state capital in their name. The Columbus Blue Jackets and the Boston Bruins are 2 of them. Can you name the third? Hint, it is a Western Conference team.
Never mind. That's the wrong sport. Western Conference. Dallas isn't. No. Carson City, no. Utah, no. Minnesota, no. You said U.S. state, right? We're not talking about Canada?
Team with the state capital in their team name.
Okay. See, Austin doesn't have a team. Colorado. Denver doesn't. Or they do, but not Colorado. I can't remember if Sacramento has a team or not. I feel like that's the answer. Yeah, I think I'm going to need the options.
All right, is it the Dallas Stars, the Nashville Predators, or the Los Angeles Kings?
Say
it again.
Nashville Predators.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Question number 3. This St. Louis Blues Hall of Famer played 4 seasons with the team and racked up a franchise record 466 penalty minutes. His jersey was retired in 1977. Who is this defenseman?
He said options.
Options.
Your options are Rick Smith, Bob Gassoff, or Jamie Masters.
We'll go with that first one, I think.
Rick Smith?
Sure.
Final answer?
Final answer.
All right, Jude. Beginning back on November 3rd, 2009, this player began a remarkable run to play 1,064 consecutive games and holds the all-time record for the Iron Man streak. Name this player.
The only Iron Man I know is Cal Ripken, so I think I'm going to be options again.
Good call. Phil Kessel, Brent Burns, or Keith Yandel?
Brent Burns. Final answer.
All right. Let's bring back Jamie from the Cone of Silence. Jude, how you feeling?
We are not feeling good at all. I bet it's going to be like 8-0 here.
Oh, man. Okay, well, listen. It's been one hell of a run regardless. All right, Jamie's making his way back in from the Cone of Silence.
Yeah, it's so smooth. Strong.
Smells good.
Doesn't smell bad.
Jamie?
Yeah.
How was the cone of silence?
It was fine. Jordan came in, said hi for a minute, and that's it. Pretty silent.
Okay. Well, you got hockey today, Jamie.
Okay.
Pack a lunch, Jamie.
And don't drop it.
That was good. Unnecessary.
I dropped it too.
But good.
Yeah.
Listen, I've dropped mine.
You did.
So we want to spread the word. Don't drop your lunch.
That means you two are next.
It's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it is heartbreaking. That was a sad, sad moment, man.
Mm-hmm. Question 1. This left-handed defenseman played in the NHL from 1953 to 1971, ultimately retiring as a St. Louis Blue, and was the first captain in our franchise history. Name this player.
Al Arbor. Final answer.
Question number 2. There are only 3 NHL teams with a state capital in their name. The Columbus Blue Jackets and the Boston Bruins are 2 of them. Can you name the third? Hint, it is a Western Conference team.
Oh, wow. So the state capital is in their name. Is that, am I getting that right?
Yes.
Their particular state capital is in the name.
Got it.
Okay. Oh, Seattle, the capital of Washington. It's Austin, not Dallas, I believe. Sorry, boys, I'm gonna have to walk through this a little bit here. It's Nashville. Is that the state capital? Not Minnesota. Certainly not Winnipeg or St. Louis or Chicago. I think it's Nashville. Final answer.
Question number 3. This St. Louis Blues Hall of Famer played 4 seasons with the team and racked up a franchise record 466 penalty minutes. His jersey was retired in 1977. Who is this defenseman?
Bob Gassoff. Final answer.
Beginning back on November 3rd, 2009, this player began a remarkable run to play 1,064 consecutive games and holds the all-time record for the Ironman streak. Name this player.
2009, you said?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I think it's Keith Yandel right now. It was Phil Kessel. I think Keith Yandel. And then Brent Burns is closing in on it, but he started before 2009. Keith Yandel, final answer.
All right, start there. Beginning back on November 3rd, 2009, this player began a remarkable run to play 1,064 consecutive games and holds the all-time record for the Ironman streak. Name this player. Just heard Jamie say Keith Yandel. Joe went with Brent Burns. Correct answer is...
Jude?
Jude, excuse me. What did I say?
Joe.
Jude is the correct name. Jude went with Brent Burns. Correct answer is...
Phil Kessel.
Phil Kessel is the correct answer. 0.
Really? Phil the Thrill?
Phil overtook Keith Yandel.
Is that what had happened? I thought it was the other way around.
Keith Yandel had it up until 2022.
0-0. This left-handed defenseman played in the NHL from 1953 to 1971, ultimately retiring as St. Louis Blue, and was the first captain in our franchise history. Name this player. You both said Al Arbor. Correct answer is...
It is Al Arbor.
But Jamie didn't use the options. Jude did. 2-1. Jamie. There are only 3 NHL teams with a state capital in their name. The Columbus Blue Jackets and the Boston Bruins are 2 of them. Can you name the third? Here's your hint. It is a Western Conference team. Jude went with the Nashville Predators. Jamie went with the Nashville Predators. Correct answer is...
The Nashville Predators.
But Jamie didn't use the options. Jude did. Jamie 4, Jude 2. This St. Louis Blues Hall of Famer played 4 seasons with the team and racked up a franchise record 466 penalty minutes. His jersey was retired in 1977. Who is this defenseman? Jamie went with Bob Gassoff. Jude went with Rick Smith. Jude.
You have chosen poorly.
You lose.
Correct answer is?
It is Bob Gassoff.
Jamie 6, Jude 2. Jude, you did not get shut out. You thought you were going to get shut out. You did not. You made it a lot further than most did. But Jamie was on one today, and, of course, you got hockey when you didn't want it. Sorry, man.
No, it's all good. Good game, Jamie.
Good job, buddy. Great job getting here.
Good job, Jude.
Thanks
great
a lot
run,
for playing, man.
Great run. We'll talk to you again later.
Yep. My parents were listening, too.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
Shout out to Mom and Dad.
Hello.
Absolutely. Good stuff. All right. Jamie, nice work.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
You saved it.
brother.
You saved us again.
Saved us having to give out a trophy.
Another trophy.
I've been quick, too. Hockey. Thank goodness for hockey.
The wheel was smiling down upon us today. It was. All right. How will the Cardinals get to the end of the season in one piece? It's going to be a challenge. That's next on 101 ESPN. It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Cardinals are running out of steam right now. It's not all their fault. They're losing players. Andre Palante placed on the IL on Friday, same day that Hunter Dobbins winds up being injured as well. So this unfortunately is just a team that is gassed as we enter the final stretch. So how will the Cardinals get to the end of the season in one piece? You look at what just happened over the weekend in Philadelphia. Like I said, 2 pitchers on the IL, at least one more on a pitch count, that being Kyle Leahy. And you're also dealing with perhaps an injury to Everson Pereira, who's one of your outfielders, which caused you to move Pham into center field, and then he couldn't come up, unfortunately, with play on Friday. So, Jamie, there seems to be a big domino effect with these Cardinals injuries.
Yeah, so... going into the season, the Cardinals have been praised about being a team that keeps their pitchers healthy. So much so that Dustin May, that was one of the reasons he signed here. He needed a bounce-back season to be kept healthy and to follow the guidance of the Cardinals pitching staff and what they've been able to do. And the Cardinals, quite honestly, have gotten a good reputation in the last year to 2 years about taking care of their pitchers. Herein lies the problem, though, in my opinion. Too many projects in one season to the pitching staff. Meaning, you promoted Kyle Leahy from the bullpen to a starter. Like, internally, you had to know that the bill was going to come due.
Yeah.
Because he's pitching 1 or 2 innings. And then 1 or 2 now you're expecting him to go 5 or 6 innings every start. You had to know that at some point you're not going to be able to go to that well anymore. And then heaven forbid you get an injury, let alone 2. Now, Palante, Dobbins. And Dobbins was going to be one of your guys down the stretch. We talked about a 6-man rotation to try and avoid some of this insanity that's happening right now. And I just think that you had in McGreevy, his first full season as a major leaguer, at some point his pitch count or his innings pitched is going to become an issue as well. If you truly are an organization that's keeping your pitchers healthy. So when you combine all of these things, and now you've traded Dustin May, who's a guy who can give you 5 to 7 innings. So those innings are gone now, and you replaced it with Quinn Matthews. Well, that bill's going to come due as well, because that young man's not used to pitching way up in the innings pitched.
Right.
Because they keep them relatively low for the most part at AAA level. So the bills kind of come due here, and you saw it in the Cincinnati series that the dam was bending. And then I think in this series you saw it break. I don't mean like bust wide open like you're done.
Right.
But now you're sitting there where you don't have enough plugs for the holes that are starting to be created.
Yeah, it's whack-a-mole right now.
Pretty much.
You know, Jamie, you mentioned the injuries. It's not just those guys, too. It's Richard Fitz. It's Tekoa Roby.
You're right.
So the Cardinals, at one point, they may have felt like, well, look, even if we trade Dustin May, we still have X, Y, and Z. This is why I often say when people say, you have enough pitching, it doesn't exist. Even the Dodgers don't have enough pitching, as they have found out. It's a phrase that should never be uttered, because at some point, poor performance or injuries will impact a starting rotation. You can never have enough pitching, especially starting pitching. So I think that's the Cardinals are certainly finding that out, and they've been relatively healthy too.
Yeah,
I mean we haven't talked about this.
No,
up until now. Now it's like, oh boy.
Now it's starting to happen, and so then you wonder to yourself, okay, were we asking too much of certain players? I don't know if you're asking too much of Dobbins. I don't know what his innings pitched were last year, whether in Boston or in the minors or wherever the heck he was. Palante, we know that he's usually a machine.
Yeah. And
he has been a pretty solid machine for you for a couple of years. He's the guy that you're looking at 6 or 7 innings with this guy, almost automatic. And this was supposed to be just a small injury, nothing major, but it's looking like it might be a little more serious. Or the Cardinals realizing where they're at there's no need to rush him back. Let's get him to be 100% healthy. And not that we're not worrying about the season, but there's a bigger picture other than just trying to tape Andre Palante back together so he can pitch for us.
Sure.
So to your point, I saw this on X, and this is from a Cardinals fan. Just blew in from Stupid Town, John Raby on X. I thought this was funny. Well, the name is funny, but I thought what you just said about them looking at the overall picture, it plays in with this particular post. I found it interesting, so I wanted to share. He goes on to say that, this organization couldn't care less about winning a third wild card, and they're right about that. It's worthless. The third wild card is a fan thing, and the org is not compromising their plan for a quick exit this fall. Ollie Marmol gets that and is executing management's plan. It went very badly yesterday. He made missteps, but the org is not judging him on a meaningless August game. Goes on to talk a little bit more about Ollie Marmol, but at the end, he comes around and says, anyway, the whole issue is the fans, and he throws himself in there as well, live in the moment. We see a wild card berth tantalizingly close. So today's game, going back to yesterday, is important. But the org knows the third wild card is fool's gold, and they're not changing the plan in order to win it, and that's actually good.
Who was that?
Just blew in from Stupid Town.
I could see the name now. I could see why. That was a well thought out, very measured, big picture take, which does not belong on sports radio. At no point did I hear this person talk about how Ollie Marmol's the problem. At no point.
I think, despite the Twitter handle, they are actually very, very intelligent.
Fantastic take.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well done.
They have the job. If we can summarize this brilliant observation, the Cardinals have the big picture in mind.
Clearly not a Cardinal fan, though.
Well, hates the Cardinals.
Funny enough, the first two sentences, or I guess it's just one, but it says, my more measured observations 24 hours later, nobody will like any of this. And then it's just what I just read.
No, 100%.
He's very aware of his surroundings there.
Yeah, no, it's just, it's just smart. Yeah.
At least we can know, we can blame the injuries on why the Cardinals didn't make the playoffs.
Oh,
At the end of the year, we'll just blame all the injuries. And that happens,
I've seen one more thing before we cut this loose. I've seen it on Twitter a couple of times, and it made me think, coming down the stretch, if you're going to try and guard Leahy, McGreevy, innings count, pitch count, whatever the heck it is, should the Cardinals contemplate bringing in a veteran guy to be a rubber arm? Just like you're 5.5 back of the third wild card spot right now.
Sure.
That looks like a very, very large gap. With your record the way you're 500, you'd have to put on one hell of a run here. And I know that we've seen Miles Michaelis' name pop up, and I think that's just familiarity, along with the fact that he just got cut loose, so he's probably not that far off from being able to take the ball again.
Yeah.
Is there him or another guy out there that you think would make sense to just be like, you know what, bring him in, throw him out there every 5 days. I don't care if we get 4 or 7 innings out of it, or actually, we're going to get 7 out of him. I don't care what it looks like.
The old Brunson Arroyo.
Yep, here you go. Hey, Miles, you talk about you like to be old school, huh? Like to pitch deep into the game. Good. You're going to wear it, too.
Yeah.
Because we don't need Leahy out there or McGreevy pushing himself too far, or Quinn Matthews for that matter, because we didn't talk about that. Like, that kind of blew up in his face. That was not a great start for Quinn Matthews. And I'm not saying that's what he is.
Yeah,
it's what happened.
Right.
Bottom line. So what if it happens again and again? You don't want to just crush this kid's poor soul.
No, you're right.
So does bringing in a veteran guy to be your rubber arm make any sense?
Well, I think it does make some sense, Jamie. I personally don't want to watch Miles McCollus
Pick another
pitch
guy.
Ever again.
Pick another guy. I don't care who. Someone who, it's not going to take you a month to get him up to speed, because that's pointless then.
I think it's got to be Michaelis. It's got to be him, right?
No, it doesn't have to be him.
Why not?
Who wants to watch that pitch? Who wants to watch that dude pitch?
Anthony, he wants to be here.
What about Michael Lorenzen?
That guy's gone now. Mo's gone.
Hey,
okay.
I think the
what
he's
about
an
Michael
angel now.
Lorenzen? He just got DFA'd by the Rockies.
Sure. I'd rather have that.
Okay. Well, so ignore the players. How about just the concept?
I can't. I agree with the concept,
This guy.
but I can't do it to this fan base. Okay?
Okay, fine.
And I won't. I
You
won't
don't
do
wanna
that to
hear
this
it?
fan base.
We did get a text from the 314. The
You should be
Cardinals
ashamed of yourself,
signed-
Jamie Rivers.
If the Cardinals signed Miles Michaelis, I'll seriously stab my eyes out with a fork. So this person's going with the fork method. Anthony, you brought up the spoon method before.
The spoons will catapult those suckers out a lot faster.
Which one's better? The spoons?
The knife sounds. Well, they both sound horrible.
You could just pour battery acid in both of them at the same time.
Oh my!
I mean, you could do that. Yeah, don't recommend it, but I mean, it's got to be your decision. Okay, it's a personal
Sounds
decision.
painful.
Either way, it's going to be painful.
Well, I wonder which way's the least painful, though. Is it the 2 spoons and you pop them out? Because I feel like there's still going to be a lot of pain with that.
Oh, sure, there's going to be a ton
The
of
2
pain.
spoons is probably less painful than jabbing that and pulling. Like the 2 spoons, you kind of got to
Yeah, but do you feel the pull after the jab? Because you're
very good
already
question. That's harsh, man.
all the adrenaline's already going from the initial.
I think it's gone at that point.
Yeah. No. And as far as the battery acid, I think that would be more of a mind game. Because how much do you truly need to make them go away? If you pour too little, now you got to do it again.
Yeah.
Huh.
These are all really important questions.
They are.
Might not wind up in our sports six-pack, but we do
Another
have...
reason why we shouldn't sign Michaelis.
Exactly.
We don't want to make these decisions.
Good job. You landed the plane. You came around. Good. Nice job. 314-399-9646, the Air Comfort Service text line. You got any questions for us, send those in. We'll answer them next in part 1 of our Sports Six-Pack. Jamie, what do you know about APR?
Absolutely nothing.
Me either.
Yep.
That's why we called our guy Stewie. Stewie, teach us. What do we need to know about APR?
This is a big thing. People don't understand this. APR is the annual percentage rate. That is your true cost of money. When you're shopping for a mortgage, when you're shopping for a car, they give you a note rate, but they don't tell you your true cost of money. You have to factor in the fees, all the costs. I had an ESPN listener call me today. He says, Stewie, I'm getting 0.25% better on the rate that you offered me. I said, give me your estimate, $7,000 in fees. When you factor in the $7,000, he was paying 0.75% higher on the APR. So even though the note was lower, the APR and his actual payment was much, much higher. So keep in mind when you shop, look for the APR. With the bagel loan, the APR and the note rate's the same because there are no fees. It makes it easy and simple. That's what you got to watch out for.
And that's why you call a guy like Stewie. Because sometimes it looks great on the surface, but you pay for it on the back end. And you don't want that to happen. You want a pro like Stewie to walk you through it and to make sure that you're getting the best deal and saving money and taking care of your family. But you do have to give him a call. That personal cell phone number is 314-324-4440.
Again, that phone number is 314-324-4440.
If you can't remember that number and you need any information at all, what can you do?
You can always Google the bagel loan. Thanks, Stewie.
Have a great night, guys.
NMLS number 226715.
Spotify recently announced they are raising streaming prices once
You know
again
what charge
in the
you
US.
won't see on your credit card? Radio. It's local, it's fun, and it's free.
Why pay full price when you can customize and save? Switch to Liberty Mutual, and they'll customize your auto and home insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Cardinals are off today after being swept by the Philadelphia Phillies over the weekend. They'll take on Baltimore tomorrow, 6:45, first pitch from Busch Stadium. If you have a question you want to send our way, do so using the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. We'll do our Sports Six-Pack next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
Two former
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut's Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
Time for the Sports Six-Pack here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Carey Davis and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. Here's Andrew Marsh reading off your questions via the Air Comfort Service text line.
Question number one.
All right, let's go to the 314. I need advice from coaches in the room. My wife signed the twins up, age 6, for soccer in Arnold, where I live. She sent me a text saying, hey, they still don't have a coach. I don't know what to do. They may not be playing. So I called them up. Apparently now I'm the coach and don't know what the hell to do. Please help.
Good.
I had this.
Good for you.
I had this exact situation. First of all, yes, good for you. My daughter and her friends, they played until they went and played club team. They were playing on a rec team, and they had a fantastic coach. Coach Will was awesome with them, but Coach Will and his daughter were going to the club team, and some of the other girls probably weren't ready for that, or they didn't think they were, and but then they were going to have to dismantle the team. So I said, myself and another dad, Tony, said, well, we'll coach. Okay. I'm like, okay, how the hell do I coach soccer?
Let's do this. Let's do this soccer.
Tony had played some soccer growing up, so he had some things that he could share. And then all I did was I said, these kids are young. We don't need to focus on systems and concepts and strategies. They need skills. They need skills. And so every drill that I had for hockey, as far as skating and stick handling and all that, I made it into a soccer drill.
Perfect.
And it's dribbling through the cones, passing it, two forwards against one defender, making plays, learning how to kick the ball properly, all the things I did. Literally copy and paste onto the soccer coach's thing, not the hockey one.
Yeah.
And Tony did his thing. And we ended up winning the whole league that year.
Nice. Very nice. Good job.
But to my point is, this is a very young age. Touches and fun is what they need to have. Have a lot of fun learning to play a game. Make the drills simple enough to where they can complete the task and feel good about themselves so that they want to continue to learn, continue to absorb, and play the game.
I would say I agree with that wholeheartedly. I think, you can go on YouTube, you can go on the internet, find the different drills that you needed and kind of make them towards the age group that you're looking for, or find the age group drills that are for those specific type of kids, that age level of kids, and work on those things in practice. Work on passing, work on teamwork, work on all of the things that come with it. And then come game day, let them play. They're 6, right? So it's not about wins and losses at that age. It's about everyone getting an opportunity, go out there, have fun. Obviously, you want to win because that makes you feel better at the end of the day. But teach them all of the things that they need to know in practice as far as the touches and passing, getting shots on goal, have a competition, make it fun for them so that they can continue to want to come back. You want to have repeat customers. You want them to come back every year because they had so much fun doing it, and the only way they do that is to have fun in practice and learn the game the right way.
And teach them teamwork.
Yeah.
Teach them how, more than one individual working together is a lot easier than one individual trying to do it all by themselves. I think if you can manage to do some of these simple things, the whole year will be a success no matter what the actual scores of the game are.
Yeah, you guys nailed it. Absolutely. You guys absolutely nailed it. But here's the thing. There's a lot of people that are in your exact shoes, in your spot. I help out with the flag football registration in our community. There's a lot of like, whoa. I don't know anything about this. Learn. There's so many different resources out there online. Make it your own, have fun, and like Jamie said, in soccer especially, touches, make sure they understand spacing on a field, which a lot of the bigger kids still don't.
It takes
you
a
still
while.
see the centipede,
I call it the beehive.
Yes, I call it the centipede, where they all just start following each other in a line. Teach them one or two. They're 6, right? That's what I heard.
Yeah.
They're 6. They won't grasp a lot. I got an 8-year-old team that has done very well. They still don't grasp a ton. There's only so much, and if you talk a lot, forget it.
Quick,
boom,
concise,
keep it positive, have fun with them. Remember they're kids, and keep this in mind too. If any parent has any issue with this, you were the one that volunteered, not them. This is your baby.
Hand them the whistle.
Wouldn't even
at
be
any
a
time.
team if it wasn't for me.
Yes.
Maybe don't say that.
Well, you know what? Maybe you're sending that message.
Get yourself a juice box, boy.
Yeah. I think you're the juice box guy. You're gonna be great. And you know what? Again, good on you for still doing it and still volunteering.
And have fun along with them.
Yeah.
You'll learn too. You'll make some mistakes. Who cares?
Hey, when you send out the text message and the email, say, hey, listen, it's my first year.
Yeah.
They didn't have a coach. I'm more than happy to volunteer. I'm also more than happy
If
to.
anybody has some expertise or some history.
I don't. I'm going to do the best I can. But if anybody's played soccer, can help out, you don't want to be the head coach, fine. If you can help me out at practice stuff, the more the merrier.
Yep.
And I bet you people will help out.
Indeed.
They better.
Yeah.
Question number 2.
If not, burn that mother to the ground.
Whoa! From the 618, are you guys playing fantasy football this year? If so, what are your strategies for drafting, and who are some players you are targeting / avoiding?
Jamie, we in again?
I'm always in with you, buddy.
For the 101 ESPN League?
Let's go.
Feel like we've had some up and down seasons.
Yeah.
I struggle in that league.
Well, every time we do well, listen to me, and then you get all excited and you want to coach the team.
I don't remember that's how it's gone. But sure.
I don't know.
The 101 league is always fun. Like BK, the 1 year set the draft pick time.
It was like 15
for like 15 seconds.
Okay. I think that's hilarious.
It's like 5 seconds you had to make a pick.
It's amazing.
The draft was over. The draft was over in 13 minutes.
It really was. It was like a 30-second timer, I think.
That's wild.
And he's like, you know what? Maybe that was too fast. You think? Just sat
it's all
back
about pace
down.
of play, Carey.
My pick is back up again. I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. Yeah. Players to avoid. I don't know who I'm avoiding. I mean, I probably at this point running backs that are getting older, Christian McCaffrey, I would probably avoid. That's just me. I think when and I think he's already dealing with some hamstring or calf issues right now. I generally avoid the older running backs. Players that I would be targeting early, if I have an early pick, is going to be Bijan Robinson. It's going to be Jahmyr Gibbs. Those two guys, I think, are going to be, elite players because they are able to do everything out of the backfield. I may or may not avoid a Saquon Barkley. If he falls to me, I would probably look at him and take him. But I'm normally looking running backs in that first round, trying to get the best player available. And then if I can get a quarterback that does, add value both with the passing game and the running game, those are always beneficial players to have because you can stack those points up. But yeah, best player available. If you're lost, just get the best player available, man.
Yeah, my strategy this year is to not draft anybody that's injured, which is about half the league at this point. Ashton Genty, another guy that is banged up.
High ankle sprain?
Not good, not good. I like the QB wide receiver stacks. So I try and pair my top wide receiver with the quarterback, if possible, just because I find it to be fun. But I think one outside of you just named like the dudes at the top of the list. Obviously, throw Chase in there, Jamar Chase. He'll be at the top as well. I have looked into probably going for, if I'm a middle pick guy in my draft, Amon-Ra St. Brown. One, because of the amount of targets that he gets, and two, the Lions have, I think, the easiest schedule in the NFL this year. So that team in particular is going to put up points. So that's kind of my strategy, at least for round one. Once you get past like the first few rounds, it's kind of a crapshoot at that point. You're just looking for upside.
Yeah, I think one of the mistakes that I've made in the past, and we're talking about like standard leagues, or standard or PPR leagues. We're not talking about like 2 quarterback leagues. If you're in a 2 quarterback league, get the 2 quarterbacks early. Trust me. And you may be like, I don't want this quarterback, dude. You'll lose the league on draft night if you're not aggressive in drafting your 2 quarterbacks early. But if we're talking about just kind of your standard formats, one mistake that I've made in the past is thinking, well, this is the number 1 guy on this team. It's a bad team, but he's still he's going to be ball. They're going to score sometimes, right? Like the ball's got to go to somebody. Don't do that. Yeah, I think it backfires all the time. Go with the player, not necessarily what the team is. Go with the player. If the player's a dude, or you think could be a dude, go with that player. Don't necessarily worry about is he RB1 or is he a wide receiver 1 or he's a tight end 1. If he's a wide receiver 1 on a crap team, he's not going to have a great year.
Like Justin Jefferson.
Yeah. Jefferson, it's still good season, but not by his standards.
If you don't have a quarterback,
forget it.
Yeah.
You don't have anything, Marsh. That's Cleveland.
Yeah.
And Atlanta.
He can't help himself.
No, he can't. He might be going for. They were talking about Stetson Bennett coming to Atlanta to save the day.
No, thank you.
Former dog, yeah, back in the state of Georgia.
No.
What?
At least he's a right-handed thrower.
Yeah, man.
That's the problem.
What do you mean?
Actually, probably fits what Stefanski's looking for.
There you go.
Oh boy.
Undersized noodle arm.
Come on, man.
Jack Strand made some plays. He's the 3rd guy right now.
He's your QB1 right now?
Probably.
Who?
Exactly. He's our Max Brosmer. Jack Strand played at like some small college, had one good preseason game over the weekend. And he's dominating. Everybody loves him.
Good for him, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Max Brosmer. There was an article that came out before that Seattle game about how Max Brosmer could be the Vikings' secret weapon. I wonder if Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah put that out there. And then he proceeded to have one of the worst football games ever played.
Yeah, it's not good. He was not good.
No.
One of the worst statistical performances ever.
He's one of those guys who prepares really well and will make an excellent coach.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. Typically, those guys do very well in that regard. Yeah.
Like the head coach of the Vikings.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah, that guy played.
He was an NFL
I saw him in a picture.
He's with the Patriots.
Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Saw him in a picture.
He had a story. I can't remember what it was, but he threw a pass, and I think it was to Randy Moss, and he just didn't make it
was
there
like
or
pat
something.
and go, like during the warm up, and he said he threw it. It was kind of wobbling, and it was a duck. And Randy went up and just batted it down. Said, I ain't catching that crap.
Wow. And he was like, I think at that point, that's when I knew I wasn't ever going to be an NFL quarterback.
I better get into coaching. Poor Kevin O'Connell. All right, we'll carry over the next questions here. Air Comfort Service text line 314-399-9646. Keep them rolling in. Some really good questions thus far. We'll get to part 2 next. Hey, if you're looking for your next new ride, it's going to be at Auto Centers Nissan out in Herculaneum, Missouri, just right up I-55, just minutes from South County. They've got great deals going on throughout the month of August because they want old inventory to get out. They have over 100 vehicles there that they want to move off the lot to make room for new models and new vehicles. So when it comes to Auto Centers Nissan, now is the time. They've got price cuts. They've got savings. In fact, before you go in, go to AutoCentersNissan.com, pick your vehicle, open the vehicle page, and then look for the green Claim My Buyer's Bonus button to unlock up to an additional $1,000 off the sales price. Over 1,000 vehicles can be found on their lot, new and used. If you are looking for new, they've got great deals right now when it comes to financing. In fact, select new Nissans are available at 0% APR for up to 60 months. And with every new Nissan from Auto Centers Nissan, they have their 30-day return promise. So if you're not completely satisfied with that new vehicle, bring it back within the 30 days. They'll give you a full refund. They'll set you up with something else. Tell them Stalter sent you when you do head out to the dealership out in Herculaneum. It's Auto Centers Nissan and AutoCentersNissan.com.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. And I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question. Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
Part 2 of the Sports Six Pack is right now with Carey Davis and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. There's Andrew Marsh with question 3, I believe?
Yes, Anthony.
All right, question
number
3.
3.
Thank you.
Question number 3.
All right, from the 417, what are your thoughts on the San Francisco 49ers owner's arrest over the weekend?
Oh, yeah, that's an interesting one, huh, guys?
A lot of murky details.
Well, why don't we go with what we know? ESPN.com says 49ers owner Jed York arrested on suspicion of engaging in prostitution. Jed York pleaded no contest to a pair of misdemeanor charges Monday after being arrested in Ohio on suspicion of engaging in prostitution. According to the Columbiana County, Ohio, court records obtained by ESPN, York allegedly responded to an undercover ad on a known prostitution website and, quote, arranged to have sexual activity with the female in exchange for $140. York was arrested upon arriving at the meeting location with the cell phone used to arrange the meeting, according to the records.
Kind of us. I mean, if you saw the pictures of the location, how much Jed York worth?
A lot.
Yeah,
so 140 seems, I don't know,
cheap,
like a red flag.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
maybe he's a little frugal.
A lot of these owners are.
Or something else. Or something else. Very something else, you know? Willing to spend it however you can get it, you know?
Yeah.
It's interesting, man.
Were the 49ers in Cleveland? Like, where was he doing in Ohio?
Don't know. He probably took his private jet.
Just Ohio? 140 beans?
I don't know, man.
Gas up the bird. I got 140 in my pocket.
Like, why are you going to Ohio?
I don't know, man. I don't know were they playing there?
That's
Somebody
what I'm wondering.
was.
Somebody was. Nah, they just played in Los Angeles versus the Chargers.
He is originally, I think, from Ohio. He's originally from Ohio.
Man.
Maybe grew up in that area.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Good luck to that guy.
He got pled down to something different, and apparently time served and a $1,500 fine.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right.
I don't know, man.
I think that's all we got on this.
I don't know what else. Yeah.
Good luck to
Question number 4.
All right, the water boy, the water boy. First day of school. Is today the first day of school?
For some kids.
Okay.
First day of senior year for my youngest.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Yep.
First day.
To McKinnon.
Yes, McKinnon.
All right, first day of school. I know it's Anthony's favorite holiday. What was your
one of them.
favorite school lunch?
Oh, wow.
Mine was the pizza.
The
Pizza boat?
Remember
the pizza boat?
Yeah, I do remember the pizza boat.
That rectangular
pizza, man.
Tastes like rubber.
Man.
I
They
loved
did.
me some. They had like the fried chicken patties.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
A little mayonnaise and the lettuce.
Yes.
And that little thing of fries.
Yeah.
That was, and the chocolate milk. That was so good.
In high school, we used to have the little ice cream bar set up so that, you get like a little soft serve, and then they got a couple of toppings for you there.
That must have been private school.
No, sir. So that was solid. Not a typical lunch, but usually chicken tenders. Chicken tenders and fries. That's solid.
Something they can't really mess up.
Yeah, right.
I like the Bosco sticks.
I didn't have those growing up, but the kids do.
Yeah,
I'm like, what the hell's a Bosco?
I don't know what that is
It's
either.
a breadstick with cheese in it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Then you
yeah,
can have the
yeah.
pizza sticks too.
Yeah.
That have pepperoni and cheese inside the breadstick.
You're getting fancy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. One of the gas stations around here used to stop for those quite a bit, and then started stepping on the scale. This was way back. I was like, oof.
You got to stop that.
Might want to not stop at that place anymore for a while.
I'm going to put a stop to that. A little hold.
Yep.
For now.
They're good, though.
Were you guys people who brought their lunch to school, or did you buy
I was usually a buy. I was usually
predominantly bringing the lunch to school.
Yeah.
The budget in the Rivers house was not paying for the school lunches.
Sure.
It would be like every so often, like if we had hockey late the night before, me and my brother would be like back to back, both parents in different rinks or do something, and Mama Rivers didn't have a chance to put together lunch, and we get a couple of bucks, but it was like just for that one day.
Sure. We used to always make the kids lunches, and then I'd open it at the end of the night to clean it, and it's still all there.
Still have
So we're like, okay, I'm either throwing this out, which is a waste of money, or let them choose, and at least they're getting something to eat. So we
But you don't know if they're actually still eating very well.
Oh, I have no idea what the hell they do.
They might have, like, they order the pizza and they have 2 bites and throw it away.
It's very possible, Jamie.
I'm just saying. It's
I know what you're saying.
Lunch roulette.
And I don't like it.
Okay, sorry about that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine. Everything's gonna be fine.
I'll just go hold my breath underwater.
Oh, wow.
No, don't do that.
If he's holding his breath, he's fine.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's a good
he's
point.
going to come up.
Expands your lungs.
Yeah, no, that's true. I didn't think about that, Carey. Good catch.
He wasn't saying anything else.
No.
He's like, he said, I'm going to go underwater and not hold my breath. Like, that's
That'd be weird.
Weird as hell.
Yeah.
He's fine.
We won't do that.
Look at him. Look at him. He's good.
Good to go.
They're solid.
All right. Okay. Why don't we do our biggest question next here on 101 ESPN? Cardinals will be back in town. If you are going to the Cardinals game, I highly recommend going to the DraftKings at Casino Queen. Do that first. It's become a great go-to spot. They get $2 hot dog and $2 monthly beer specials available 2 hours before all St. Louis baseball home games, available in the sports book for dine-in only. But if you're going there, you can also take part in the DraftKings at Casino Queen free shuttle to every Cardinal home game. Yep, completely free. No parking hassle, no long walks in the heat, no worrying about traffic and whether or not you can afford the parking garage fee. So just hop on the free shuttle there from DraftKings at Casino Queen, right up to the stadium. You're all set. After the game, shuttle picks you right back up, takes you to DraftKings at Casino Queen, where you can enjoy, the social hour specials at Bridgeway, $5 apps and drink special. Got great prices, great food. It's awesome there. If you're doing maybe, fantasy football drafts, why don't you have DraftKings at Casino Queen actually host the event for you? They'll set up a table for you. You can take part in any of the specials that they have going on. You can eat there, drink there. Lively, great environment. And, hey, maybe you walk over to the casino. Maybe you spend the night at the hotel if you got a big draft party weekend going on. DraftKings at Casino Queen, that's your spot. It's awesome. You're going to love it. Enjoy it. After the game, before the game, check out DraftKings at Casino Queen. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Fastlane's biggest question of the day. Presented by Banner Construction, the experts in James Hardy siding.
5:06, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. Time for the biggest question of the day. Marsh, you got a really good text message earlier that turned into the biggest question of the day.
Yeah, I did. It was from the 314, and all day long, one of the, not a word by any means, but one of the phrases that we've been saying is that this team shouldn't have been in this spot. They should have been bad. This is, whatever it is. The 314 texted in, when should we start having expectations for this team? Better yet, for Ollie, I'm tired of the we should have been bad. Yeah, but we're not. Rookie of the Year finalists, All-Stars, RBI leaders / Silver Sluggers, Gold Glove shortstop, top MLB prospects in the system. What other so-called rebuilding team can boast this? It's one loss, but we can't continue to tell ourselves we weren't supposed to be here as if we're about to play Game 7 of the World Series. These players have shown their potential. No need to lower the bar.
Okay, Marsh, sorry guys.
Go for it.
Marsh, can you read off the things that the Cardinals have just for me one more time, please?
Rookie of the Year finalist.
Rookie of the Year finalist, okay?
All-Stars.
All-Stars. So hold on. You got Walker.
Yep.
You got Walker's an All-Star. You got O'Brien, the closer's an All-Star.
Herrera.
And Herrera. Okay.
And Ollie Marmol.
And Ollie Marmol. Thank you, Jamie.
RBI leaders / Silver Sluggers.
Silver Sluggers, okay.
Gold Glove shortstop.
Gold Glove shortstop, yep.
Top MLB prospects in the system.
MLB prospects in the system. Okay. And these things, since we have all these things, and I just make sure I'm on the same page as you guys, because we have all these things, the bar should be higher. And we shouldn't just say, hey man, they shouldn't be here. Because look at all they have. Is that right? Rookie of the Year, All-Stars, RBI, Silver Slugger, Gold Glove shortstop, top MLB prospects. So the bar should be higher because they have these things, correct?
Yeah,
That's what he's saying.
There's a shift now in the expectation. So instead of saying, well, we shouldn't have been this good to begin with, after they lose, I feel as if the 314 might think that sort of statement is a cop-out because they have proven that they can play good baseball.
Can I just ask a few questions?
Absolutely.
And maybe some observations.
Yeah.
Nowhere in that list did I see anything about an ace or that the rotation is set, that you're happy with what you've got.
You do have a top 10 rotation, though. We established that last week.
But we don't have a stud. So, and here's what I'll say. You had to liquidate your roster in order to make room to find out some of these answers to where you're at. And the prospect pool that you have now, whether you drafted them or whether you acquired them, you had to give to get in some way to get that prospect pool that you have right now. I don't know why we have to lose sight right now because this team has overachieved in certain areas. Isn't that what you want? If I'm running an audit of anything, a company, even when you have the guy at the mechanics place when he plugs in the little thing that gives you all the
Carfax,
the Carfax and all that. You want your diagnostics. If I'm running diagnostics on a team, I want to find out where things are fine and where they're not. And I think the Cardinals still have a lot of question marks. Left field, center field, third base, catcher. Those are question marks right now. Your bullpen is a complete question mark. And your rotation, top 10 rotation as it is, but we're starting to see some injuries now. So I don't think as you proceed through the season that it changes. Like all of a sudden, oh my God, like look at the Blues. How wrong were they? The expectation should, we're out of the whatever now. That didn't work out.
No, you're not.
Because you weren't. And now they totally revamped their roster in the offseason.
I agree with everything that you're saying. I'm going to swim out to the island just for a second, and I'll swim right back. But I'm going to swim out there. I wonder, and sometimes I feel this as well, where you say, well, they're not supposed to be here. They weren't supposed to be this good. I wonder if that is starting to tick some people off because, again, this team has shown that they can play good baseball, and
They haven't played 162.
100%. Again, remember, I'm swimming out to the island.
No, I know, but I just wanted to give you some fuel.
Shut your mouth, let him fish.
Don't talk to Marshy like that.
I'm not on a boat. I'm actually swimming, so I don't need any fuel. But
what kind of boat you on?
Well, no, I'm swimming.
Oh, you're swimming?
Yeah, I'm not boating.
Oh.
Although I'll take a boat.
Swimming all the way out there?
I mean, if you want to buy me a boat, I'll take a boat.
Yeah, you're going to be stuck.
He said paddling, but then he said he was swimming.
I said I would swim out to the island.
Okay.
That's the phrase, is it not? It's not boating out.
Well, we just like to know it so that, like, in our head, we can picture it. So go
Gotcha.
ahead, Marshy.
Okay.
Okay, shut your mouth.
Anthony, you know what I'm talking about. You swim out to the island.
Yeah.
sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I just wonder if it ticks some people off, as if that statement in itself is an excuse for some of the bad baseball. And it is an excuse, though. But I wonder if people get ticked off about it.
What if this is just what you are?
But I think there's a difference between an excuse and reasons. Like, an excuse is, something happened and I missed it. It didn't. No. The reason is, the sun was actually in my eyes, and as a left fielder, I couldn't get to it, and the center fielder tried to get over it as fast as he could, and he dropped it.
You're lying, you war-loving mother.
I don't love war at all. I think that if you watch the games with your eyeballs and not with your heart, you can see that this team is still a work in progress. Like, they still have a long way to go. Even the games that they do win, the games that they have won, if you watch this team and think that this is a complete team and they're done with all of the things Jamie just mentioned, you still need to figure out what you're doing at third base, at catcher, at center field, left field potential. Like, you still and finding that ace and that number 2 in the starting rotation. Like, those are major components of championship teams, or teams that are even, playoff teams, versus, as you said earlier, a team that's trying to get into the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Like, there are some pieces that are still lacking for this roster, for this lineup and for this starting rotation that you still have to figure out. And yes, you can be thrilled with where they are, because I don't think any of us expected this. But when you play the Phillies and you lose 3 straight, I think when you have eyes and are willing to really pay attention, you're like, it ain't there yet. But because you're going to compare your team to other teams that, I don't know, are playoff teams maybe.
Let's take the Cardinals out of it. Okay, so let's use another example then, based on the argument that this person is making. The Cleveland Browns should have won the division last year, and I don't want to hear any excuses.
Anthony, I don't think that's true.
They should have won the division. They had the Defensive Player of the Year, did they not?
Yeah.
A record-setting performance, Defensive Player of the Year. They had the Defensive Rookie of the Year, did they not?
Yeah, they did.
So they had plenty of players up and down that roster that either won some of the most prestigious awards in the NFL or are really good players based on their positions.
A former Coach of the Year, too.
And a two-time Coach of the Year. They should have won the division last year. Can we all agree on this?
No.
Why?
I'm still on the island, Anthony.
Why can we not agree on this?
Well, if one thing can be true in one hand, why can't it be true in the other?
Well, the Browns were never a winning football team at any point in that season. The Cardinals were for X amount of time. About halfway through the season, they were a winning ball club.
Winning, so define winning. Just because they had a winning, they just said they had above 500 record. That was it.
They were a few games away from being 10 games over 500. The Browns didn't even sniff coming close to whatever the equivalent would be for that in football.
Okay, but if the Cardinals then fell apart, then why would we hold them to a higher standard?
Because you've seen it.
So we've seen 66 wins, right?
We've seen
66 wins.
You've seen them win games playing good baseball.
I've also seen them lose games.
100%.
Because they have a bullpen.
I'm on my way back.
That ranks. Come on back.
I'm on my way back.
Come on back. We've also seen them lose games because they've got the 28th ranked bullpen out of 30 teams, right? They're an incomplete team, which goes back to the expectations that we had at the start of the year. The expectations being they don't have a roster good enough to be a playoff team. And just because they had they were above above 500, 10 games above 500 in what was it? What month? June?
Yeah,
May?
around that time.
June, right? First half of the year doesn't mean that the expectations have changed. What we're seeing now is why everybody thought that they weren't a playoff team. They don't have enough depth. So we can't just look at the 66 wins and say, hey, man, I've seen them win a lot of games. They should be better than this. We should have higher expectations. Completely overlooking the fact that they also have 66 losses.
Why don't we go back to the first sentence of this text? When should we start having expectations for this team? Better yet, Ali Marmol. When is that time? Is it next year?
It's got to be in the next couple of years.
How will we know, though?
Well, because some of these prospects that we talked about, you're going to know if they're either a part of the equation or if you misevaluated them. Bottom line, you have Liam Doyle. Where's he 2 years from now? If he's not in your top three, you maybe misevaluated him. Quinn Matthews, Connor Jerpy, Rainier Rodriguez, all the Baez boys. Like if none of these guys become the Jordan Walker, Alec Burleson, J.J. Weatherholt, Herrera, even for that matter, if they don't become that kind of a player, then you've misevaluated. You missed. And you'll know.
Yeah.
And at that point, you'll know that you're not a team that's heading in the right direction. And Chaim Bloom and Ali Marmol and a lot of other people probably be looking for a job somewhere else.
Very true.
And baseball, for me, is the hardest sport to evaluate, truly, because there's 162 games. You can talk about the Browns, and I know we were just doing that silly little game there. It was 16, 17 games, right?
Yes.
That's your evaluation, not 162.
Games. Sure. And obviously my point on the Browns is why wouldn't anybody consider the Browns a good team?
Because they still have holes in their roster. They still have
massive holes in their roster that they need to fill. So if we're not upset about the Browns, not winning the division, then why would we be upset with the Cardinals? And the answer is we're upset because they're our team and we have blinders on. And we've seen some good things out of them this year. So, we're going to change our expectations. No, you got to keep the big picture in mind.
And I think expectations moving the next year, wherever they finish, there's still, 30 games left in the season?
Yeah.
If they finish 500 or in and around 500, then you know what the expectation should be moving forward. You should be an above 500 team, whether that's slightly or a lot above 500. You got to keep moving the ball downfield the right way. If you take steps backwards, that's when it ain't pretty.
You can't fumble the snap on second down after not gaining any yardage on first.
Exactly.
And 10.
Or drop your food when you haven't had one bite of it yet.
Or throw it 3 yards when you need 18.
We did get a text. Where did the thought that we are not supposed to be that good originate? Was it a buffer as it were issued by the team to temper expectations or elsewhere?
It was honest. Everybody was so tired of John Mozeliak with his I'm better than you talk and his arrogance and not telling you anything. And then Chaim Bloom.
You okay over there, Anthony?
Nah, Anthony's about to melt down. Chaim Bloom comes in
sick of it.
And he's honest about where they are in the process. He says, we're going to be looking evaluation. We're looking to get answers. And he maps it out for you. And now that's the scapegoat? I don't know. Anthony, your thoughts?
People are... listen, man.
Somebody just compared Ali Marmol to Kirk Cousins on the text line.
And they just said someone else blamed. They said, we want you guys to be honest. You have no problem sending Gorman down because he's not doing his part, but defend Ali, who has not been successful in 4 years. Why are we supporting him?
Fire him, then.
On what basis?
Get rid of him. If Ali's so bad, how is Jordan Walker playing well? How is J.J. Weatherholt? Herrera? Name anybody who's playing well. Why are we not?
Get rid of him. Get rid of him. Get rid of him and replace. Please, God, baseball gods, replace this man with either Albert Pujols or Yadier Molina. Please. And then these same people, if they're still 66 and 66, don't you dare.
I'll be the DeWitts then.
Don't you dare blame anybody else than Yadi and Albert.
They didn't give him a roster. How the hell are they going to win with that?
I'll just keep moving the goalposts, so I'm always right. Man.
Was that for the texters? Or is that
Not all the texters, but come on, man.
Yeah.
Howie, I would love to live in your world where I just move the goalpost anywhere I want.
There are some people in life that way, man. They only see things from their own point of view. Have no ability to see it from anyone else's point of view.
Who is the best manager in Major League Baseball?
They don't know, man. They don't watch ball.
Tell me who's making such a huge difference.
Well, you can't say Dave Roberts because he has the highest payroll.
It was Terry Francona a year ago.
Where's Terry Francona right now? Who is that guy managing their team?
Dead last.
No offense, but I'm watching him during this. I'm like, okay, this guy loved Terry Francona, but I think it might be time for him to just sit back and enjoy his family.
Well, it's not his fault. They got a bad roster.
No, Marsh.
No, it's Terry Francona.
These managers can control a lot when it comes to the wins and losses. Man.
I think they give too much credit to, you know how I feel about that. Too much credit and too much blame to coaches. That's how I think.
Jordan Kyrou's fault, of course.
Just get rid of that guy.
They'll find somebody else.
Who are you going to blame this year?
Let's make a prediction right now, real quick.
You can't use Booch either because he was number 2 last year.
Yeah, Booch doesn't get. Who, apart from Pavel Buchnevich, becomes the Jordan Kyrou this year?
Oh.
Yeah, who are they going to turn on?
Wow.
I think it's going.
It's whoever's making money. So
probably Robert Thomas.
It's got to be Robert Thomas. If it's not Booch, it's got to be Robert Thomas. Who else is making money?
Broberg's making pretty good money.
They like Broberg.
I think it's Cam Fowler. I think it's Cam Fowler.
Cam Fowler's a good one.
6.2.
Does it have to be a money thing?
Yes.
I throw Logan Mayu in there too because of the trade.
I don't know. I think they're over that. They saw some good things out of May, and they saw Zach Bolduc.
Okay.
I think Jamie's right. Initially, it was the Mayu because they love Bolduc, but it's got to fall back on the money.
It's going to be Robert Thomas.
If somebody's making money and they're underperforming, that is the whipping boy. It is straight out of the. I have no perspective
for a while because everybody thought, and then now they realize how good he is.
Yeah,
like Jay Ballmeister, same thing there.
Whatever, dog.
I wonder if people turn on this guy. He's like the nicest dude, and I hope nobody does. But Jake Neighbors, if he has like another season, I hope that doesn't.
Yeah, but
happen.
even Jake was still sniffing around 20 goals last year.
He's not making money, though.
And he's a third-line left winger.
That doesn't matter.
But Jake Neighbors is going to block shots. He's going to hit people. He'll be fine.
That's true.
You need somebody who doesn't play that physical, making a lot of money.
Braden Shen was getting critiqued last year.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah.
All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. We'll spend a little bit of time on this top 25, under 25, players under 25 list that The Athletic put together. That's next on 101 ESPN. Hey, if you've ever looked around your house and thought, man, we just need more space, before you start looking for a bigger house, maybe take another look at the space you already have, because sometimes you don't actually need more square footage. You just need to make better use of the square footage that you've got. This is where my friends at Mosby Building Arts come into play. They are the best when it comes to thinking about maybe an entryway where shoes and backpacks pile up, or that closet that becomes a catch-all, an awkward corner that became, just kind of a home office, and unused space that you can get a lot more out of. Maybe it's a laundry room that could be much more functional with the right design. Mosby Building Arts can come in. They can help you identify those overlooked spaces, create thoughtful improvements that fit your home and the way your family actually lives. And that's what I love about Mosby Building Arts. It doesn't just have to be a huge project, and they do those too. It doesn't have to be a huge project, though, to make a huge difference. So what's one more space in your house that isn't working for you? Think about that, and then give Mosby your consideration. Maybe it's time to do something about it. Again, give Mosby either a call, or you can look at their great work online at callmosby.com. Again, callmosby.com. Right there, you can also book a free evaluation to come out and kind of a brainstorming session. Take a look at your home. Mosby, they're the best. They're the experts at this. Callmosby.com is where you want to visit them. Mosby Building Arts, the right remodeling company. So the Athletic put together a top 25 list based on the players that are 25 years or younger. Number one was Penei Sewell, the left tackle for the Lions. Jalen Carter, the defensive tackle for the Eagles, is number 2. Brock Bowers, the tight end for the Raiders, is number 3. Kyle Hamilton, the safety from the Ravens is number 4. Trent McDuffie of the Rams, the cornerback, is number 5. When you looked at the list, CD, what stood out to you?
I'm shocked that Penei Sewell is under 25.
Yeah, no kidding.
I feel like he's been in the league
forever,
for at least 8 years. So for him to be 25, I think that's pretty interesting. Brock Bowers, he is a fantastic tight end. He's banged up a little bit last year. I think with the addition of, some of the additions that they made on that offense, obviously Fernando Mendoza and Tyler Linderbaum, the center that they brought in, they should be better in the passing game, I would hope. And Ashton Genty does well if he's coming back from this injury. He's got a banged up ankle. But the passing game with Brock Bowers as really their best receiver on the team, kind of like what you see in Trey McBride in Arizona. Like, he's the best pass catcher that you have. He's a mismatch matchup nightmare for DBs and for linebackers. I love what Brock Bowers has and what he's capable of doing. Jalen Carter is a man amongst men. He's a fantastic football player. But
I can't believe he's under 25.
Well, he's only been in the league for 3 or 4 years now.
I know, still.
But Penei Sewell, I could have sworn, was like 28 years old.
Yeah, he seems to be in the league for a while.
Yeah, he feels like an older player.
So number 6 was Will Anderson. Number 7, Derek Stingley Jr. Number 8, Puka Nacua. I would swear he was over.
I thought he was
25.
older than that too.
Number 9, Bijan Robinson. Number 10, Sauce Gardner. So that's the top 10. So that's the first thing that stood out to me. So I read all those names off. Do you know what I didn't read off?
One quarterback.
Yeah. Drake May was number 11. That's the first quarterback. So I think that's kind of fascinating.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, I do.
After the season he had last year,
well,
easy schedule. I know he still had to make the plays.
And he had statistically he was outstanding. So Drake May was 11. Jaden Daniels was 13.
I just got shocked.
At least he wasn't number 5.
C.J. Stroud was number 19.
Wants to be number 5.
Yeah, good call. C.J. Stroud was 19. Caleb Williams is 21.
There's a name on here that is way too low for my taste.
Oh wow! And let me guess.
Way, I mean, it is
like criminally too low.
Caleb Williams?
Man, it's
J.J. McCarthy.
Hell no.
Let's see. Jahmyr Gibbs.
Way too damn low, Anthony.
14th.
How is he 14?
Well, how about Jackson Smith and Jigba, 15?
Come on, man.
You can make an argument that he out of every wide receiver last year, is the best wide receiver, certainly the most productive.
I feel like this list has lost all credibility at this point. No, I'm serious. Drake May being that low, Caleb Williams being behind, Jaden Daniels and some of these, and then Jahmyr Gibbs.
Well, freaking Caleb Williams right now is rated below C.J. Stroud. Yeah. Now, I know Stroud the first 3 years.
First
2 years.
No,
well, he made the playoffs first 2 years.
But you do have to evaluate.
All years.
Yeah,
the present
the last
as
2
well.
years were
defense.
You can't overlook the present for the you can't.
No, I'm with you.
It's going to be a factor. So again, I'm not being a jerk, but I feel like this list has shoddy credibility.
Yeah,
that's interesting, man.
You don't agree?
No, I do. I think that, like I said, when you have Jahmyr Gibbs at 14, when he's arguably one of the most impactful players in the league, not just under the age of 25. Yeah, I think that's criminal.
I will say this, though. Carter, Hamilton, McDuffie, Will Anderson, Stingley, Sauce Gardner, Witherspoon, Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, Jared Verse. That's 10 defensive players in the top 20. I do respect that.
Yeah.
Because how many times you get these lists and it's like it's all quarterbacks?
I respect it, but let me ask you guys this, and I don't know the answer. I'm just thinking about it on the fly here. Is playing defense in the NFL easier than playing offense for a younger player?
Playing defense is easier in general. That's just my take on it.
What position did you play?
I played offense.
Hang on a second. Carey played defense in high school and stripped a guy of a football and ran it back for a touchdown.
Why is that?
Because I wanted to run the damn ball.
Thank you. I rest my case.
Okay. Wanting and loving it.
I rest my case.
Is it easier?
I do. I think.
Like to be a pass rusher?
I think there are. I joke a lot about it.
I guess I'm hung up on the easiest part.
I joke a lot about it. There are intricate parts of playing defense, but at the end of the damn day, if you're dead wrong, go find the damn guy with the ball, and you still can be right. On offense, if you're
You
wrong,
get somebody killed.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Nobody getting killed on defense.
One thing
if
with
you
the
do the
defensive
wrong
line,
thing.
guys, I don't know how many concepts there are, but if the quarterback's got the ball, go get the damn quarterback. If he hands it off, go get that guy.
That's the principle. I mean, that boils down to see ball, get ball.
What is this list based off of? Is it
Yeah, Anthony, explain your list.
It's not my list.
It's based
The
on the
athletics
same
list.
thing
Is it
that,
importance to their team? Is it?
So some players become stars overnight, blah, 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 blah. Once again, to help, we enlisted the services of nearly 24 NFL coaches, scouts, and front office members who were granted I always screw up this word. Anonymity.
That's a tough one.
To offer, if I slow down, I can say it. Anonymity.
That's what Nemo lived in, right?
Yes, same thing. Exact same word. To offer their candid opinions. The talent evaluators were asked to review a list of 40 players with at least 1 year of experience, many of whom have received All-Pro and/or Pro Bowl honors. The experts were asked to submit names and of players they believed were incorrectly omitted. They then helped form the strongest 25. The only stipulation was the players must be 25 or younger at the start of the regular season. So I don't know what the criteria was outside of just, hey, give me your top 25.
Sounds to me like they ran the bingo balls in the thing, and as they came out,
sounds kind of like war to me.
Do you have war in football?
No,
if they do, nobody pays attention to it.
QBR.
Same damn thing. Nobody knows the formula.
Nobody cares.
Exactly.
Yeah. In baseball, they get all upset. Football, they're like, it doesn't mean anything. Move right
Unless you're
on.
trying to make a point, of course.
Of course. Yeah. All right. The BMW Championship wasn't the only big event over the weekend. We'll get into that next on 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. The Cardinals are off today. They'll take on Baltimore tomorrow. First pitch is at 6:45. The Cards are 5.5 games back of San Diego for that third wild card spot after getting swept by Philadelphia over the weekend. If you have missed anything from today's show, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page. You'll find all of our shows there. And it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
So we talked about the BMW Championship earlier in the show. Wasn't the only event that was in town, though. As I mentioned, Kristen and I took the kids to Banana Ball on Saturday night. And a lot of friends also went on Friday night. The stadium sold out both nights. First time I went, I thought it was a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. It's kind of a one and done for us, but glad we did it. The kids really enjoyed themselves. I did hear going in, some people say, well, it's not real baseball. It's a mockery. Oh, my God.
Yeah, man.
It's not supposed to be real baseball.
It's not at all.
They don't pretend. Who told you it was supposed to be real baseball? They're not presenting it that way. In fact, they went a long way to go about saying it's not real baseball. They have their own rules.
They're more famous for their theatrical, musical performances and dances.
Yes. Jesse Cole, who invented it, wanted to connect with the fans. He wanted something for the fans. And the entire, and I'll call it a show, I wouldn't call it a game, the entire show for 2+ hours is about the fans. Mm-hmm. They're entertaining the fans. The players all stand up right in front of the dugout the entire game. They've got stuff going on in between innings. They got music playing the entire 2 hours. I mean, like, you're kind of exhausted by the end of it. It's all energy. It's fun, though. It was a fun time. I also heard people, well, kids are liking it more than real baseball. That's your fault. We as parents should not be, like, designating certain things, like Banana Ball, as the opportunity to teach the kids about baseball. Last time I checked, there's professional baseball, minor league baseball, college baseball, high school baseball, little league baseball. You have every opportunity as a parent to get your kids excited about real baseball. Don't be blaming the bananas.
Okay, so let's just pause right there for a second. Some people don't realize that Banana Ball, or I'm going to go back to my day, the Harlem Globetrotters. I picked up a basketball one day with my brother, and I wanted to be Curly out there. I wanted to dribble around. I wanted to spin the ball. We didn't even have a basketball hoop in my house. Mm-hmm. I'm bouncing a basketball, trying to do the little mini dribbles like they do, or start it flat and try to get all the things I picked up a basketball because of the Harlem Globetrotters. Now, I didn't go on to have an NBA career and all that stuff.
And now he hates the game of basketball.
No, just the NBA. I like college basketball. But so if your child picks up a bat one day and wants to hit the ball or catch the ball or throw the ball because of the Banana Ball, well, they're already sparking an interest in that sport then.
Totally. Yep.
And so now it's up to you to parlay that into more than just Banana Ball.
Bingo.
Explain the rules.
Take them to a real game.
Skills. Then take them to a Cardinals game. You'll tell, you better warn them, it's substantially different.
Why are they not dancing?
Yeah.
But it's a theatrical performance. And you guys are big wrestling fans, WWE. The show is fantastic. WWE Wrestling has been putting on a fantastic show for decades. Mm-hmm. Nobody in their right mind goes to the WWE and says, well, why isn't he really, where's the cage? Why are they not submitting the guy, as far as UFC stuff?
Right.
We know, you should know going in there, you're going to get some people emotionally invested. Great. Mm-hmm. Yes,
you
please.
watch it, Jamie.
But same thing. But
What's he trying to say?
No, it's fine, guys.
No,
it's fine.
Marshy, it's awesome.
Jamie, keep
what
going.
I'm talking about is how great of a show it is. Why can't you go? Sure it is.
Wrestling.
Why can't you go into the Banana Ball?
Same mindset.
And just understand that you're not watching a World Series game.
Right.
You're watching Banana Ball.
And listen, most people do, okay? Like I said, the Busch Stadium was completely packed. Completely packed.
I think that's awesome.
And the other thing I think they do a great job of, too, is they make sure that they engage like a band does when they're performing for a city. They engage you based on what city you're in.
Right.
The night that I was there, the night that we were there, Matt Carpenter took an at-bat, and so did David Freese. And the crowd went nuts.
Eckstein and Matt Adams the night before.
Absolutely.
Big City, shout out, friend of the show.
So I don't know what they did, but, Matt Carpenter just got one at the end of the bat, sent one to right field for an out, but still, it was exciting. Freeze.
He got a base hit.
Got a base hit. Saw a bunch of pitches. I think it was 3-2, and I was looking at Chris and I go, this pitcher's got to groove one.
Just for those guys, especially, just throw it down the middle.
Yeah, and I think they did. Because they know.
What do they care?
And plus they signed up for it. Yeah. They signed up for the entertainment. And some of these guys, if you follow some of the stories, some of these guys, and I'm not just talking about the Bananas, right? They were playing the Coconuts that night.
Yeah.
Every guy's got a story. Hey, I thought I was going to do this. I thought I was going to be playing in the big leagues. One Bananas pitcher was a minor league pitcher with the Dodgers. Thought his career was over with.
Some of the crap they do is impressive.
It is.
Like the guys who do backflips on catching a line drive.
That's pretty dang good.
They got kind of a hype. They got a hype guy. He must have did 400 back in front flips that night. I mean, they got another guy. I don't think he stopped moving all night. He was just dancing the entire night.
Yeah.
It was good entertainment because that's what it was, and it works. Every time the ball is hitting in the stands, you're watching.
Yeah.
Because if somebody catches it, it's an out.
Yeah.
They've done a nice job, and I think that owner. You talk about somebody business guy.
Super smart.
I was thinking about him the other day because I was wondering, when he started this, was there someone telling him how crazy he was for this idea?
He was living. Apparently, he was living in his car.
How much he put into it.
Yeah.
And the notion that when you have an idea, people will think you're crazy. That's a dumbass idea, and then it explodes. Oh my God, I didn't see it.
CD, they were turning off the lights because he only had a certain amount of rent money to rent out of the field or whatever. They turn off the lights on him some nights. He had an idea. He believed in the idea. Him and his wife went all in, and now look at it.
That's pretty cool.
But he admits too how many mistakes he made. Early on, they had all you can eat concessions, and everybody was in the concessions, not in the field.
Yeah.
Ran out of concessions. The first time they ordered the uniforms, they spelled bananas wrong.
Oh wow.
But he admits this as opposed to being what an idiot.
Yeah.
He stuck with it,
right.
And now they're touring all over the place.
And I think the next step, and because we've seen several people participate in spring trainings before, Will Ferrell, Burt Reynolds, Tom Selleck.
Henry Rowan-Gardner was at Wrigley Field. He did the whole thing.
For me is, if you're one of these teams that's selling out your stadium 2 nights in a row, wherever you are, St. Louis, Atlanta, whatever, you sign one of these guys. Give them a tryout, spring training. Who knows? Most of them have a real baseball background. They're not going to embarrass you.
Right.
You keep them there for 2 or 3 days. It's a big story. You blow it up. It's free marketing for your team because whatever that guy does in spring training, the Bananas are retweeting and reposting on Instagram.
The social media.
But that's what I'm saying.
They've got
the
it.
Cardinals,
They've
you
got
want
it
to
down
step
pat.
outside the box a little bit. Bring a feel-good story. Give him a chance to play. He's not going to make your team anyways.
Or overcharge for parking. Either way.
There's more people going about it.
Dude, they doubled that parking.
Where?
Did they?
There's more people that show up to the banana games than actual MLB games.
I bet.
Doubled it. I looked at the sign. I go, "Are you kidding me?"
What is it, $50?
Nope.
Probably 80.
Probably 75.
It was. I think it was 80 at. Might have been 80 at Ballpark Village. It was 60 in those parking garages.
Well, the Cardinals got to talk to those people over at Ballpark Village and tell them to lower their prices.
Yeah, the parking. Now, who owns the parking?
Yeah, who knows?
Who owns Ballpark Village?
It's hard to keep up.
It's like owning a team and owning an insurance company. And
Set your own
Separate.
prices.
It's separate.
Oh, is it?
I own the Dodgers now. Do you? Do you really own the Dodgers, or does one of your insurance companies do?
Yeah.
Either way. All right. We'll wrap up the show next on 101 ESPN.
Well, nothing better than kicking back and enjoying one of Urban Chestnut's unbelievable products. I'm a huge fan of the Zwickle Light. In fact, I was talking to somebody this weekend down Lake of the Ozarks. They were trying to find some Zwickle Light because they were listening to us here on 101 ESPN and wanted to give it a shot. I just happened to have a couple in my cooler. I let him have a couple and loved it. Fell in love with it right away. And the best thing about it is it tastes like beer. I said, yeah, that's the great part. But the benefit is that it's only 95 calories, only 3.7 carbs. It's crisp, clean, and refreshing. He absolutely loved it. So then I told him all about Squirrel Works, Hazy IPA. He is a St. Louis guy. He's going to come check it out when he gets back into town here. And told him to check them both out. He's going to love it. You can find them anywhere all over town. You can find us, by the way, Wednesday at 6:15 to 8:15 over at Henke's in Florissant, Missouri. Going to be out there with Urban Chestnut. We're going to be passing out some product, having fun, answering blues questions, taking pictures. Anytime you're at Henke's, it's a great time. So please join us over there. For more information about any of this stuff, please visit urbanchestnut.com. Again, that's urbanchestnut.com. Prost!
watching you.
Screw up.
If you missed anything from today's show, you can always download the podcast available at 101ESPN.com or via the 101 ESPN mobile app, which is powered by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. All the podcasts brought to you by Shaver Door Company. Marshy, hit us with those criticisms and or compliments.
Criticisms and compliments. Presented by Bet365. With Bet365 early payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything.
All right, from Curb Stomp, today's show as a whole, Pham the Diamondback has been a Jamie the Gauntlet stopper banger. What I learned today is that if you don't have a QB, you don't have a team. It's science and math.
Yes.
Hashtag shout out to the Snake Pit.
Good work.
Chester says Anthony's cards takes and Jamie's knowledge of door handles, RIP CD's lunch.
Man.
I am here to say you are on an 11-day heater.
That's awesome. Thank you. Yeah. Good to hear. It's really good to hear.
Yeah. The 618 says, not allowed to have fun. Everything has to be serious. I think that's in reference to the banana balls that you
I think so,
attended.
too. You're right.
Yeah.
Well said.
314 says, Globetrotters, bananas. We need a hockey version.
I don't know what that would look like.
I don't either.
You'd have to have a bunch of like those Pavel Barber guys where they
Yeah.
just scoop the puck up. They can do all of these crazy tricks, and you'd have them out there.
Yeah.
Not like real hockey players, like, you know, kind of, sort of. It'd be fun.
Get it started. Let's go.
You could have a couple of Neanderthals out there going toe-to-toe every time. That'd be a long season.
I don't think you want to do that.
Be fighting the same guy all the time.
Yeah.
That get old.
That's a liability.
Well, okay,
sounds
guys, we're workshopping it.
Jam says, you all rock. Keep up the great shows.
Thank you.
Very much.
Appreciate you. All right, then let's do some 3 stars.
It's time for the Fast Lane's 3 Stars of the Day, presented by Circus Sports. No bet fees ever with the world's largest sports book, now at your fingertips in Illinois and Missouri.
All right, our 3rd star of the day goes out to Anthony's texture voice.
Yes.
Yeah, he was.
That's top notch.
Yeah. You guys are pissing him off.
2nd star of the day goes out to the door, the studio door.
No,
It did get a lot of attention today.
It did.
Didn't know it had a handle. Now we
CD,
do.
I won't do that.
Don't we?
You got to give it some respect. There's not a lot of people that can knock the ball away or the bowl away from Carey.
Especially food.
Yeah, man. I'm serious
that
about
door,
that.
That door did it.
Yeah, it did. 1-0 door. We owe it.
Just because you don't like the player doesn't
Carey's
mean
down
you don't
2-0
have
to
to
doors.
I am. I'm 0-2 versus doors in this building, man.
Hold on. You go in and out of that door every day with food. That door isn't one up on you.
That's true. That's true.
Go ahead, Marsh.
1st star of the day goes out to Lincoln.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Lincoln.
For not picking up his toys. And then kindly reminded me,
They ain't mine.
they're not mine, man.
I don't care what you do with those damn things.
Like, think about what went through his little brain. He picked up Killian's toys knowing they were his and threw them in the trash can. No problem.
Not mine.
Done deal.
Well, you said him to throw them away. He's like, I don't care. Those are Killian's.
We'll be back tomorrow at 2. See you.